Unforgettable 920.
The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Unforgettable 920 KSHO. Bulldogs football is on the air. You can follow West Albany all season long. Every snap, every score, every game, home and away on KSHO. Bulldogs football is brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Albany Athletic Club, Power Honda, Snap Fitness of Albany, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Mark Thomas Motors, Grocery Outlet, Courtesy Corner Shell, Now Builders, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, The Cutting Room, Leschwab Tires of Albany, Figaro's of Albany, Wilson Motors, and by Lynn Benton Tractor. Now get ready for Bulldogs football. For all the action, here are Radio Ryan and Wally Orderman live on the Unforgettable 920 KSHO.
And a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to your weekend and welcome up the I-5 corridor to the unofficial outlet capital of Oregon, Woodburn High School, and a battle of the Bulldogs here tonight on KSHO. West Albany comes to town to take on Woodburn. Good evening, Ryan Pitts, Wally Orderman, and Jeff Kiter here with you at Woodburn. Somewhat sparse attendance in the stands thus far. I feel like everything we say will be amplified throughout the course of the night, but so it goes. Here comes West Albany at 3-0, Wally off to another terrific start. Wins over Pendleton, over Lake Ridge, and over Crescent Valley last week. And last week, it seemed as when everything really came together. The Bulldogs stellar on offense and turned in their best defensive effort of the season thus far, smothering Crescent Valley in a surprisingly one-sided 49-13 game.
Yeah, it's been a good 3 games for the Bulldogs. When I sat down with Coach Nyquist before the season started, he said, I've got a young team, which we know he does, 12 seniors on the roster only. He said, I've got a young team and a really tough preseason schedule. After 3 games, we'll know how we are. And I got to give it an A. I mean, the Bulldogs have played very well against 3 good teams, against 3 good quarterbacks. And I thought last week Bulldogs really did a good job taking Crescent Valley out of their game plan, really had them on their heels from the start, and the running of Jake Lacoste certainly will do that to teams too.
Jake Lacoste, staggering numbers so far, over 300 yards in every game, over 1,000 yards for the season, yet that pales somewhat in comparison to what Thomas Tyner of Aloha did last Friday night. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that at halftime because there are some numbers there that we need to delve into. But overshadowed now somewhat by that performance last Friday, Jake has had an unbelievable start to this season, over 1,000 yards in the 3 games. And I remember, again, going back to our first year covering West Albany, when Michael Sorum, who is currently on the West Albany coaching staff, went over 300 yards, thinking that was just an unstoppable performance and it was something we wouldn't see top. To see Jake do it 3 straight games to start the season has been remarkable.
He's an outstanding talent, and he would be the first to say he's got a lot of help along the way with that, with the offensive line. They've been so good, and he's got Hiram Crook blocking for him, and clean exchanges center to quarterback to get him the ball in the first place, and just a lot of ingredients go into having that kind of success. But Jake's a solid runner, and he sees the field so well. His vision is good. His balance is good. He bounces off first contact and then finds another hole. He's a special runner to watch, and we're anticipating another great performance tonight.
The opponent tonight for West Albany really similar through the years in name only. Woodburn has been at the bottom of the standings in the Mid-Willamette through much of its history. A league that first was formed in 2006. Woodburn did not win a game in the first 3 years of conference play. It was not until 2009 that they finally won their first conference game. But in 06, they were winless. In 07, 1 win. In 08, 2 wins. In 09, 3 wins. In 2010, again, 3 wins. Last year, 5 wins. That earned Tracy Jackson, then the Woodburn head coach, the Coach of the Year honors in the Mid-Willamette. He moved on to Dallas. In comes Nick Federico this year, his first head coaching gig. Former Oregon Duck coach leads Woodburn to a 2-0 start. That was their first 2-0 beginning in almost 20 years here at Woodburn. A one-sided loss last week to Corvallis has Woodburn at 2-1. It's a team that is improving, Wally, but still not quite at West Albany's level.
Yeah, I think if you look at their record, it's one thing. If you look at who they've played, it's another. And certainly when you're a team trying to rebuild, you aren't going to schedule the Sherwoods and the Lake Ridges and some of the top tier teams during your preseason schedule. And they did the right thing. They went after a couple of teams from the PIL that they thought that maybe they could get and give their kids some confidence. Woodburn, always known as a soccer school, but they are trying to build this football program. It's a proud school, and they so they did. They started out hot against a couple of what we'll call bottom tier teams, and then went to Corvallis last week and got their hats handed to them. And certainly a work in progress here for the Woodburn Bulldogs.
Just waiting to see if we're going to have our national anthem here. Everybody looking skyward to see if that will begin here momentarily. Jake Lacoste will certainly be the focus for West Albany tonight. A couple of years ago, Woodburn gave West Albany... pause. We'll hold that thought. We'll come back. I'm going to tell you about that matchup a couple of years ago between Woodburn and West. But we're going to have our national anthem here at Woodburn High School, so let's step away for a break. We'll come back in just a moment here to 920 KSHO.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV in Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
Unforgettable 920.
Boy, just about perfect timing as the final notes of the national anthem piped in here at Woodburn, and we get set for kickoff between West Albany and Woodburn. West at 1-0 in the Mid-Willamette, 3-0 overall, and Woodburn at 0-1 in conference play and 2-1 on the season. I started to talk about the matchup between these two teams in 2009. Now, West Albany, Wally, has not beaten Woodburn by fewer than 28 points since this league was formed. But in 2009, it was a 7-7 game in the first quarter, and Anthony Lacoste, who was then the star running back for West Albany, went down with a knee injury. They tried a couple of different running backs. Garrett Miller came into the game for a while. Ultimately, it was Jarrett Lacoste that night who came in. He was the hero, ran for almost 100 yards and a touchdown. West was able to pull away and win 35-7 in about as close a contest as these two teams have seen. So Woodburn has had to deal with Anthony. They've had to deal with Jarrett. And now again tonight they get to deal with another Lacoste, Jake.
Yeah, and here's the good news the bad news for Woodburn. There's another Lacoste coming. Right. He's a freshman. So, the Lacoste, what they've done at West Albany in football has been legendary, and just fine young men. And what can you say? Jake, certainly with the hot start he's had on this season, we have no reason to anticipate anything less than that kind of performance tonight.
Saw Jake coming out of the locker room. It's actually the first time that I'd had an opportunity to meet Jake. Very nice young man, and maybe, perhaps, in store for another big night. Woodburn ceded about 350 yards rushing last week to Woodburn. So we're going to get our pregame bumps here from the coaches as they head up to the booth, and I completely lose my train of thought. But Corvallis ran all over Woodburn last week. Certainly the goal for West Albany tonight to run the ball, but also not to get ahead of ourselves. It's to try and test the depth a little bit, maybe get some of the reserves some playing time.
I think that's the goal, certainly, and you want to get a bunch of kids on the field if you can. But Coach Nyquist he's a seasoned veteran. He's going to get the players out there that have gotten the job done so far, and then hopefully build himself a lead. That's certainly the goal. This is a tough thing for Coach Nyquist to work with, though, not necessarily the opponent, but the strategy of this. When do you go to the reserves? When, what do you show to people that are scouting? We play Silverton next week. You know they're going to have somebody here watching and probably taping this game. How much of your hand do you tip? And so Coach Nyquist, he wants to be careful and mindful of that, but he also wants to respect the situation because anything can happen on a Friday night.
Sure, and I was just going to lead into that. We talked to Alex Boyd's dad out in the parking lot before the game, and he very matter-of-factly said, hey, on any given Friday, Basically, when it comes down to, you never know. You can't take anything for granted. West Albany would be the betting favorite if such a thing existed in high school sports, but you never know until you put on the pads and actually get out there. We are still a couple of minutes away from kickoff, so let's step away and take another break. When we come back, we will kick it off on a cloudy Friday here in Woodburn on KSHO.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda superstore.
It's Albany Burgerville Back to School Fun this coming Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Original hamburgers only 90 cents. Cheeseburgers $1. Regular fries $1. Regular drink $1. Bring in an unopened full-size box of cereal to help the Sunshine Division food drive. Albany Burgerville celebrating Back to School Fun this Tuesday, September 18th.
You're loving and listening to the unforgettable 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
And we welcome you back to Woodburn here. Really the first cloudy Friday of the football season. 3 beautiful weeks to start it. A little bit overcast today, but still a pleasant night. Just a little bit cool up north here in Woodburn. A good contingent has turned out opposite us from West Albany, making the trip up. I always think of this as a long trip. Really, if you're coming from Albany, it's not all that bad. From Eugene, it's a little bit further. But from Albany, a reasonable trip, and a lot of the Bulldog supporters have made the journey here tonight to check it out. West Albany and Woodburn coming your way shortly. This is a 2-game road trip for West. Everybody's attention really has to be focused on the game next week, which becomes the next big league showdown after last Friday's supposed showdown kind of fizzled and West Albany won going away. One thing we know for West Albany, they are playing it safe tonight with their wide receiver, Andrew Kettleson. You talked to Coach Nyquist before the game. You mentioned Kettleson will be held out. A little bit of a dinged up shoulder, more of a precaution, I think, tonight.
That's the impression I got. Coach Nyquist said, he probably could go, but he's been getting treatment on it all week, and I think he's probably going to be just fine, holding him out for precautionary reasons. And I think, again, not trying to look ahead too far, but really wants him healthy up at Silverton next week.
Woodburn began their season up at Jefferson High School. They won 21-14. If you flash back just a couple of years in high school football, that would have been unfathomable to see Woodburn go up to Jefferson and win. But those two teams have really kind of flipped their fortunes. Woodburn is a team that they hope is on the improve, and Jefferson has fallen to surprising depths considering where they were just a couple of short years ago. Then Woodburn won here, their only home game against Cleveland, 14-12. That was in the second game of the year last Friday, losing in the league opener to Corvallis 56-19. Set to go with Jake Lacoste and JT Valenzuela deep. West Albany will move right to left in front of us here in the first quarter. As we get set to go from Woodburn, and a kick headed in the direction of Jake Lacoste. Will take it on the move around the 14-yard line. Try the right side of the 25. Bounce to the far sideline of the 30, the 35, at the 40, and puts his shoulder down around the 45 where he's bounced out of bounds. And West with good starting field position.
Really good starting position here with the ball in their own 45. Here is West Albany again for the second week in a row starting with the ball. Coach Nyquist likes to defer if he can, but Woodburn had won the toss. They deferred, and West Albany gets the ball to start with great field position.
So Cody LaHoda will send it under center. The junior quarterback off to a tremendous start this year. Quarterback rating over 100 through his first 3 games. And Cody put it in the air more last week than we've seen a West Albany quarterback throw in a long time.
Isn't that the truth?
Right hash mark as the Bulldogs start 1st and 10 out of the eye. Hand off to Jake Lacoste, trying to get around the left side and looking to turn the corner. Slowed a little bit, but he'll still get into Woodburn territory before he's bumped out of bounds on the near sideline. Right near midfield, a gain of about 5 on first for Jake.
Yeah, it's a good run, and West Albany testing it to the outside. Just see what Woodburn's outside contain will do. A lot of teams are going to load things up in the box and force the Bulldogs outside. That time, I think the Bulldogs, we'll see them switch it up, but that time just kind of testing to see what kind of lateral speed Woodburn would have.
Of note, Joe Birchfield again gets a start at right tackle as Cody LaHoda bobbled the snap, rolls right, under some pressure, heaves it deep, got a man out there. It's Breslin who goes up and makes the catch. In traffic inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal, West Albany. Breslin, a nice grab with good coverage on the far side.
It was really well defended. Breslin just went up higher than the defender did and went up and got that ball. That's what's been so impressive about these receivers for West Albany. They go up and get it. They feel like that. They own that ball when it's in the air. LaHoda took a pop on that too. Really kind of the timing was off after bobbling the snap, but goes back, keeps his composure, and throws a strike.
Going to say Joe Birchfield on the offensive line. Buck Truelove again not in the starting lineup, still nursing the broken finger. LaHoda gives it straight ahead to Hiram Crook, the fullback, and Crook will take it down inside the 5 near the 4. where it will be second down and goal for West Albany.
A little bit of a bobble there, too. I'm not sure if it was if Cody LaHoda had that cleanly when he handed it off to Crook, but Crook able to secure it, gets a good positive yardage here, going to bring up second and goal.
Colton Brandt is the starting center for West. Cole Zumwalt, the left tackle. Alex Boyd at left guard. Steely Smith at right guard. And Joe Birchall, as I mentioned, at right tackle. Jackson Soto, the H-back right. Brendan Breslin outside of him. Ben Engel gets the start at receiver with Kettleson out. Crook and Lacoste in the eye behind LaHoda. Another give for Crook up the middle, and Crook is going to power his way in for a touchdown. So West gets a quick start. 6-0 Bulldogs, just over a minute gone by here in the first.
And Hiram Crook saw a great crease over that left-hand side, just took it strong, blows through the initial contact there. They tried to take him high, and he's got those strong legs and blows through it for the touchdown.
So Jake Lacoste gets one carry on the opening series. It goes for 5 yards. Yeah, the Bulldogs score in a hurry anyway. A long pass set it up from LaHoda to Breslin. Gave him a first and goal. 2 carries for Crook and in. Now Matt Wiest on to try the point after. Ben Engel will hold it. Dion Webb will snap it. Snap and hold good. Wiest with the kick. Line drive up and good. 10:52 to go in the first quarter. West Albany 7, Woodburn nothing. We'll take a break and return to 920 KSHO.
A first-class 24/7 fitness facility, always open with keyless access where safety is paramount. That's Snap Fitness of Albany, where they offer free classes of yoga, Pilates, and Zumba with each membership. Check out Snap Fitness's new gym, now on Hickory Street in North Albany.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Unforgettable 920.
7-0 West Albany with the lead. 10:52 to go in the first quarter. Matt Wiest in his Technicolor kicking shoes set to send it away to Woodburn. Got a close look at those shoes in the parking lot. They are a neon yellow, have a little bit of red on them. Flashy shoes for Matt. And his kick sent in the direction of Martin Ray, who will take it around the 9-yard line. Straight up the middle. Ray trying to cut back and slips. He'll go down across the 20 to 24. That's where Woodburn will start their first series, 1st and 10.
Martin Ray, a senior. We've been talking about him for a long time. It seems like we thought maybe he might have graduated by now, but Martin Ray, solid football and basketball player, which gotten to call a lot of his action over the years.
Sergey Yakis is the quarterback for Woodburn, 6 foot, 175-pound senior. Also a basketball player here for Woodburn as he sends 3 receivers left. On 1st and 10, Woodburn from their own 24-yard line. On first down, it's a give straight up the middle and with decent yardage, about 6 out to the 30-yard line. On first down goes Nate Ellingson, running back for Woodburn.
Nicely
2nd
blocked.
and 4.
Sorry, Ryan. Nicely blocked there, too. Found a nice little crease over on the right side. Got a good push from the offensive line. Positive yardage.
Nate Ellingson, the running back, a 5'10", 155 senior. Now Ellingson goes in as a fullback with 2 receivers right, I formation. On 2nd down and 4 from the 30. It's a give to Martin Ray, and Ray with a little bit of a seam. He'll have the first down across the 35 out to about the 36-yard line. Pickup of 6 for Ray, and Woodburn moves the chains on their first series.
They look confident. They look well prepared there. It's 2 nice running plays there as they get move the ball, move the chains, and get the first down yardage.
Now the flip side for West Albany, we said coming in really feeling as though they are the undoubted favorite tonight, but for Woodburn, in case with nothing to lose. And a first down in their first series, 1st and 10 from their 36. Yakis another give to Ellingson, and this time he's tripped up immediately, maybe a yard off left side, as Gabe Stone came in and tripped him up. Call it no gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Well, that offensive front for the Bulldogs, they aren't going to like the fact that Woodburn moved the chains in 2 plays there. I think probably a little wake-up call for them. And start lace them up a little bit tighter here and maybe try and tighten things up.
2nd down and 10 for Woodburn, left hash mark from their own 36. Another give to Martin Ray, hit at the line, driven backwards, fumble on the play, and it looks like West has it with Valenzuela at the bottom, and waiting for the official signal. Valenzuela has it. Are they going to signal West ball? They do. Bulldog ball. Is JT Valenzuela able to fall on it, and West will take over in Woodburn territory at about the 33, 1st and 10.
Yeah, nowhere for Ray to run on that play, and the Bulldogs had him swarmed, and then there was that second wave of Bulldog tacklers that came to the ball, jarred that ball loose, and Valenzuela able to pounce on it. The Bulldogs in great field position here with the ball at the 35.
Put it down right in between where we said. I said 33, Wally said 35. Let's say 34, 1st and 10. We'll split the difference. As LaHoda.
For those of you with the video portion of the program.
Right. Left hash, LaHoda on a little pitch for Jake Lacoste, running right. Jake to the 30, tries to cut it on the sideline, lowers the shoulder, stays inbounds down the sideline. Jake accelerating, is going to score a touchdown. How did he stay inbounds on the far side? One play, 34 yards, and a Bulldog score.
Really looked like Woodburn had him hemmed in there, and now they're...
Oh, we got a flag. There is a flag. Obscured by the post directly in front of me. That powder blue flag down at the 5. So this will put him back around the 15-yard line. The Bulldogs will still have a 1st and 10, but it negates the touchdown.
So it's the end of the play, and my guess is it has to be one of the wide receivers down there that just from the positioning of the flag toward the end of the play, your guess would be one of the wide receivers maybe grabbed a jersey or something to try and free him.
Now, Breslin was the one who had his palms out, sort of threw his head back in agony, and he took some points off the board, at least temporarily. I mean, that flag, while it could not have been thrown in a better spot, there's a pole that's directly in front of me, and that flag was right behind it.
Well, and I had a perfect view of the flag, and I forgot that they were powder blue. I thought maybe it was a water bottle or something over on the far side.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, the West Albany Bulldogs at the Woodburn 15, 9:09 to go in the first quarter. West leading 7-0. Soto will come in motion left to right. LaHoda under center with a give to Jake Lacoste running left. Looking for space, grabbed by the ankle, and he's going to be dragged down by a couple of Woodburn defenders at the 11. Pickup of about 4 for Jake. Martin Ray in on the stop.
Watching Soto in motion there, and he comes in on that right tackle, right defensive tackle for Woodburn, and just laid it to him. Beautiful block. Opened up a bit of a seam there, gain of about 3 or 4, and Bulldogs with 2nd down.
2nd down and 6 for West. Ball at the Woodburn 11. Crook and Lacoste staying in the eye behind LaHoda. Engel alone to the left. Another carry for Jake up the middle. Jake running to daylight. Jake's going to walk in. Touchdown, West. Jake Lacoste up the middle, 11 yards for the score, and it's 13-0 West Albany.
Yeah, and I almost untouched there, too. Great job by the offensive line, blowing that hole open, and he just picked his spots and took it all the way for 6. Great run by Jake. The Bulldogs back on the board, trying to make this 14-0.
Now, this is certainly the start that West was hoping for. 2 scores, 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Matt Weiss trying to make it a 14-0 game. Ben Engel again with those bright white receivers gloves, all white. Will put the ball down. Weiss puts it up. A lot of arc on this one as it's good. And with 8:30 to go in the first quarter, it is now West Albany 14.
And we've got a flag.
And, yeah, flag. Should we be surprised? Holding West Albany. We've remarked several times during the first couple weeks of the season, penalties in excess and a lot of discussion amongst the officiating crews that are really causing the games to run long. Wonder if that is the case throughout high school or if we're just getting the brunt of it. The penalty is going to be enforced on the kick, so the point after is good. And with 8:30 to go in the first quarter, 14-0. No, now they're going to bring West Special Teams back out. The whole Bulldog unit was headed towards the sideline thinking it was going to go on the kick, but Woodburn will make Matt Weiss try the point after from 30.
You know, under different circumstances, you might even try a fake kick here and try and run it in or have some sort of pass play. You don't tip your hand in a game like this, and you're not going to do something like that. It's just going to be a long extra point by Matt Weiss.
Well, this is a good test for Matt, as they'll put it down at the 20 after the 10-yard holding penalty. Snap is high, and another flag prior to the snap. Maybe actually a benefit here for West because the snap was very high. I'm not sure Engel was going to be able to put it down.
No, he had come off of his knees. He was going to have to run with that ball to look for a receiver. It's going to be offsides on Woodburn. Let's move it a little closer.
This is as much action as you'll ever see on an extra point. Went from a 10 or 20-yard chippy to a 30-yard try. Now it'll be from 25.
What's that old joke? Take 3 steps to the left. Okay, now take 3 steps to the right. Okay, perfect.
Right. So they'll put it down at the 15 now for the point after touchdown try. Webb snap. This one's a beauty. Engel puts it down. Weiss lines it through. Flags? No. Kick is good. 8:30 to go. First quarter. This time, I assure you, West Albany 14 and Woodburn nothing. We'll take a break and return to 920 KSHO.
Now it's time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors. 4 generations in the auto business and here to stay. Mark Thomas Motors is big on supporting local events. 3 locations in Albany: Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Hyundai, GMC, Buick, Pontiac. Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors in Albany.
Just like the Bulldogs, Courtesy Corner Shell gives you everything they have every time you drive in. Fast and friendly service, windows always clean. Non-ethanol fuels for small engines, boats, and vintage cars available. You can't beat Courtesy Corner Shell near Queen on Pacific Boulevard. They'll be happy to see you.
Unforgettable 920.
Back here at Woodburn High School, Ryan Pitts with Wally Ordeman and Jeff Keider. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. Farmers Insurance is the right choice for auto insurance, home, life, business, boat, and RV insurance, and a whole lot more. Your local Farmers experts are Roland Brower and Tim Finley on 9th across from Mark Thomas Motors in Albany. Go Bulldogs. Tonight, that takes on a new meeting. West Albany and Woodburn. There are 10 teams in the state of Oregon, 10 high schools that have the mascot Bulldogs. And every year, we get a matchup of 2 of them, West Albany and Woodburn. It's one of those nights where I can no longer say Bulldogs. Got to be, use the directional term, West. West and Woodburn. And for West, it's Wiest, who will kick it away. Has it teed at the 40 and ready to go as Matt with the approach. And we'll send this one short and to the far side of the field. It'll be taken in by Devin Kozina across the 20, down the far sideline, across the 30, and forced out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. Good return for Woodburn. They will begin 1st and 10 from about their own 33.
Jamison Dufour on the far side on special teams, able to force him out. Decent starting position here for Woodburn, who ran the ball nicely there in that first series of theirs before the fumble. Had a couple of nice runs on the ground. 8:23 to go here in the first. The Bulldogs with a 2-touchdown lead.
Which one?
Oh, yeah. You're right. You had just said that, too, hadn't you?
Martin Ray, a first down carry, and he's going to be stopped on the far side. A host of Bulldogs in on the stop. Gabe Stone, the first one there. Devin Wade, Tanner Gardner in to help. No gain, maybe a short loss on first down. That West defensive front has been stout all season long. Along the line with Ryan Garcia, Devin Wade, Matt Soot, and Tanner Gardner. Steely Smith not on the defensive line because he's starting on the offensive line, but he will probably switch in with Devin Wade periodically. So on 2nd down and 10, it'll be a pitch right for Ray, and Ray is hit in the backfield and dropped. He'll go down again. This is a short loss of about a yard as the bodies unpile. Carson French, Devin Wade, Matt Soot, all in on the stop for West.
And what you would think would be at 3rd and long would be a passing down. We've seen exclusively on the ground so far from Woodburn. Chance here to maybe see what they can do in the air.
On 3rd down and a long 9-yard marker just inside of the 10-down spot opposite, or 10-yard spot opposite. Takis on 3rd down and long. Back to throw under pressure from Garcia. Eludes it, rolling right, and throws short and incomplete. Intended in the flat for Ellingson. Would have been right at the first down sticks. It'll be 4th down and 9, and Woodburn will have to punt.
That's a good series for West Albany. It's a really good series defensively right there. The Bulldogs are going to get the ball back, but really nice job just getting that surge at the defensive line, making Woodburn, making them try to find some holes that just don't exist here against this Bulldog defense.
Woodburn gets a sub off the field just in time, and prior to the snap, we're going to get flags. As Powder Blue goes flying here. It'll be an illegal substitution as Woodburn broke the huddle with 12. That sub late getting to the sideline, so now 5 yards back. Woodburn will be punting from their own 28. JT Valenzuela will be the one to field it.
And he's just itching to bust one here. You know that he wants to, and what an exciting runner he is with ball in his hands. Hope he gets an opportunity here to get a return.
JT standing at his own 35. The officials, again, taking some time to spot the ball. Now they're moving it back. Apparently West declined the penalty. Odd. So it will be 4th and 9.
Even the PA announcers, incredulous.
Everybody's fooled by that. As the snap, a little wobbler, but no rush, and a good kick as it'll take a hop at about the 39-yard line and take a Woodburn roll out of bounds just inside the 35. West Albany will take over from their own 33, 1st and 10.
Why do you decline that penalty?
Bring out the West Albany offense.
We never second guess coaches. We don't.
No,
and I'm trying to figure out the rationale here. For it doesn't change the down. It's kind of a head scratch.
Almost, I hate to even opine this, but it's almost a little bit of a mercy
deal.
And it's only 5 minutes into the game at 14-0, but can't think of many other reasons why that penalty would be declined.
Yeah, I really the only logic to it right there. Yeah.
They will spot this at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Lahota with a give to Jake Lacoste. Bounces off his own lineman and keeps the legs turning across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line. A pickup of close to 4 for Jake. It'll be 2nd down and 6 upcoming here for West. This is one of the venues where they have the orange placards opposite the field with the yard markers, no individual yard markers. And when you start to get in an angle, particularly to the right side of the field, you have to kind of view the placard, come back across the field and see where you are. And that was the first time tonight I lost 5 yards on the punt. On 2nd and 6, a give to Jake. Again, behind his own lineman with a hand on the back of Hiram Crook. He'll push his way across the 40 to the 41 for a 1st down.
And that's a great job by both of them right there. Hiram Crook just driving his own legs and Jake Lacoste just riding right on his hip for the 1st down yardage.
You talk about following your blocker. Jake literally had his left hand on the back of Hiram Crook. Hiram, like the guide dog, lighting him through the blockers. It'll be 1st and 10 for West from their own 41. 14-0 West. 6:10 to go in the first. Hand off to Jake around the right side. Gets a great block from Soto, and there he goes. Down the sideline. Jake inside the 45, dropped at the 43 of Woodburn. Another 1st down. A great block on the right side from Soto.
Yeah, Jackson Soto. He's not going to catch many passes on the season. He lines up in the slot, but they work him in motion. He finds the blocks, and he really can lay it to the opponent. Jackson Soto, so fun to watch as a blocker.
1st and 10, West Albany on the right hash mark at the Woodburn 43. Jamison DeFore in as a receiver, split left.
1st and 10, West Albany.
Breslin right. As Lahota triggers Soto in motion right to left. I formation, give it to Jake. Running left. Jake with a little bit of a crease. Jake breaking tackles into the secondary near sideline of the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's going to get in for a touchdown. Another dazzling run from Jake. This one 43 yards to the house, and West leads at 20-0.
And what a burst of speed. He got to about the 25-yard line, Ryan. He had turned the corner, and then it was just a foot race. And what a blast of speed from Jake Lacoste. Beautiful run there. Nice little block there, little seal block from Jamison DeFore at the early part of the play, and then Jake does the rest of his legs.
So Jake Lacoste off to it again. West Albany in the end zone for the 3rd time, and Matt Weiss trying to make it 21-0 with 5:31 to go in the 1st quarter.
Jake up to 120 yards on the night.
Oh my. Snap and hold both good. Weiss nonchalantly puts it through. And with 5:31 to go in the 1st quarter, Jake Lacoste over 100. West in the end zone 3 times. It's West Albany 21, Woodburn nothing. We'll return here at 9:20 KSHO.
Lynn Lane's in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
The place to bowl is Lynn Lane's Bowling Center on South Main Road in Lebanon. And the people are real nice. And the Head Pin Restaurant, I'd go there even if the bowling alley wasn't attached.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Hi, I'm Dave Wood, President and CEO of Willamette Community Bank. We are proud to support our local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders. Willamette Community Bank. Service like no other. We promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Competition is tough in the hairstyling business. The cutting room on Pacific across from Pops doesn't mind because just like the Bulldogs, we strive for excellence with confidence. The cutting room wants to be your salon. Call us for an appointment at 541-928-0811.
It's that time again, Les Schwab's Fall Tire Sale, our biggest sale of the year. Come in and get great deals on some of our most popular tires. But hurry, the Fall Tire Sale ends October 31st. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Unforgettable 920.
New York's running back.
Welcome back here to Woodburn High School. 5:31 to go in the 1st quarter. West Albany 21 and Woodburn nothing as Matt Weiss set to kick it away again. And Weiss angles this one to the far side, taken by Cozina at the 10. He reaches the 20, puts his head down, and gets out near the 25-yard line before Jamison DeFore can take him down. And Woodburn will begin 1st down and 10 5:26 to go in the first quarter, Wally. Jake Lacoste already over 100.
Yeah, 13 carries, 120 yards. Pretty good average, Jake. It's just he's following his blocks. He's taking what Woodburn's given him, and he's just he's doing so much with his legs. Great start for West and great start for Jake.
High school students after the football game.
I was going to just check on the number of carries. Eight carries. 8 carries for Jake. As Yakis under center on first down and 10. Woodburn from their own 24. They'll throw on first down. The pass is caught out on the far side and crossing the 30 out to about the 32-yard line was Julian Veliz.
Oh, 8 carries. Okay.
Veliz, a number that we would recognize from basketball, 88. These Woodburn uniforms, incidentally, black with dark blue numerals, and with the lighting here, it's very difficult to tell on the far side of the field what the number is. That's just a forewarning.
You're a pro. You're identifying them really well. I don't know how you're picking them up.
You're going to be my spotter for the rest of the night. Yeah, there's another screen pass coming near side. It's caught by Ray with a little bit of a block in front. Ray will have a first down. He's crushed as he crosses the 40. JT Valenzuela got him high. Carson French had him low. But it will be a first down for Woodburn. The screen pass to Ray works well.
Yeah, a couple of safe passes there in succession by Woodburn. Really nice strategy here is kind of stretching the Bulldogs out a little bit, keeping the Bulldog defense honest. A couple of nice plays by Woodburn as they move the sticks and approach midfield.
Yakis under center, Ellenson behind him. On first and 10, Woodburn from their own 42. Right hash mark. Yakis scans the defense, hands it off inside to Ellingson, and Ellingson will drive across the 45 near about the 46-yard line. About 4.5 on first down for Ellingson. Second down, medium yardage coming up for Woodburn. Woodburn trying to cross midfield for the first time.
Little mix of run and pass here from Woodburn, getting a little bit more diverse than what we saw in the first couple series from them.
Now they'll try a new look. Yakis will go from the shotgun. Running backs to each side, 2 receivers to the right. Long count, takes pass from center, back to throw, under some pressure, rolling left, the pass is incomplete, out in the flat. Nathan Clark had the coverage, Ellenson the intended target. It'll be third down and 6.
And it was the perfect call, Ryan. Bulldogs brought the house there and really blitzed hard on that play. Looked like they were going to get him. Nicely set up there. It was a perfect offensive call, just wasn't able to connect. Good coverage downfield by the Bulldogs too, but had the Bulldogs committed to a couple extra rushers on that play.
Third down and 6 for Woodburn. Just across their own 46. Yakis will give it inside on a draw to Ray. Lost the football, loose on the near side. It's scooped by Anthony Thompson, and Thompson up the sidelines is going to score a touchdown. He did not go out of bounds, and Thompson will take it in. Touchdown West on the fumble return.
Yeah, they're showing it as a touchdown down at the end. We'll see what the flag's about.
That's just a ball marker. That's just to show that the fumble came out.
Oh, there we go.
So Anthony Thompson scoops up the loose ball, takes it to the house. Touchdown West. 3:17 to go in the first quarter. It's now 27-0 West Albany.
Swarm tackling by the Bulldog defense jarred that ball loose. Anthony Thompson chasing it down and had the presence of mind, knew that he was alone enough to be able to scoop that up, takes it up the sideline the rest of the way untouched.
So Anthony Thompson, nice to see him find the end zone, even on defense. Thompson will get some time at running back throughout the course of the year. Playing a nice corner early in the season as Matt Weiss at the point after, and for the 4th time in the first quarter, it's good. 3:17 to go in the first. West Albany 28. You got Woodburn nothing. We'll take a break and return here to 920 KSHO.
The mission of Now Builders is treat every job like it's their only job, no matter how big or small, and they don't stop until their customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Check out their portfolio of fine work at nowbuilders.com. Call Now Builders at 541-926-2858.
Through September, Figaro's in Albany has the Santa Fe barbecue chicken. Tender cuts of chicken, Dole pineapple, fresh onions, and sun-ripened tomatoes, all atop their signature barbecue sauce.
Unforgettable 920.
Welcome back to Woodburn. For over 50 years, Mega Foods has been offering the best quality and taste. It's more than just a supermarket, also a good neighbor. Mega Foods in Lebanon and in Albany. And if you mention this ad from Going Postal, you'll receive 10% off your UPS or FedEx shipments. In North Albany's Hickory Station, your friendly neighborhood shipping center, Going Postal, offering UPS, FedEx, and U.S. Postal Services. 28-0, West Albany, 3:17 to go here in the first quarter. And Matt Weiss set to kick it away again. It's almost the stage of the game here where you have to wonder how much more you will see guys like Jake Lacoste and the Bulldog starters.
Well, we had hoped that it would be a situation where maybe Jake's carries would be limited tonight. Maybe get him a little extra rest. Let JT Valenzuela get some time in the offensive backfield.
Weist again sends it down to Kozina, the left sideline, out near the 30-yard line, and brought down by a host of Bulldogs. West Albany got down quickly on special teams. Forrest Thomas in on the stop there for West.
Matt Weiss, nice job with his directional kicking. You know that he doesn't want to send it to Martin Ray, and nice job there getting it to the spot he wants. He's been very accurate with his kicking so far on the season.
From the 29-yard line, left hash mark for Woodburn. They go 1st and 10. Looking to get something going. West Albany has blitzed them here in the first quarter. 28-0 as the handoff straight ahead to Ellingson, and he is wrapped and dropped. Matt Soot got a hold of him quickly and would not let go. There are a lot of running backs we're going to face that sort of peril this year. Gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It was a violent hit, too, and finished off by Carson French, 5'10", 170-pound senior. What a blast that was.
Brian Garcia will check out. Cole Zumwalt comes in on the left end as 2nd down and 9 for Woodburn from their own 30. High formation. Yakis back to throw. Blitz coming in. Pass comes to the near side. Caught by Belize. And Belize will be dropped just shy of the 1st down. Joey Roos was able to slow him down enough so that Gabe Stone could finish it off. It'll be 3rd down and short upcoming here for Woodburn. Well, no, 1st down. They're going to give him a very nice spot. 1st and 10 Woodburn.
Wow, that was really generous. Nathan Clark in coverage on this side slipped as he tried to cut with the receiver and made for some extra yardage there by the receiver as they moved the sticks. 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 40-yard line. The lone back is Ellingson. Yakis takes the snap, throws it quick to the far side. It is caught and wrapped up very quickly as Martin Ray after a gain of about 2. Well, Woodburn, when they do throw the ball, they really like that quick passing game. It's almost like a long handoff when you throw that screen out to the far side. Very safe passes.
Yeah, it's safe, and you have a blocker out there too. You get it to one, and to one receiver, and the other receiver blocks for you out front. It's a nice play, nice safe pass pattern.
2nd down, about 7. Yakis from the shotgun. 2 receivers with him. Gives it inside to Martin Ray, and Ray is hit and dropped immediately. Nathan Clark, the first to hit him. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down at about 8.
West likes these 3rd and long situations, making teams make decisions here. What you would think would be an obvious passing down here for the Woodburn Bulldogs. See what West decides to do, and if West does hold them here, 28-0 game here in the first quarter, is Woodburn in 2-down territory here?
Well, perhaps. Again, not much to lose here for Woodburn as we near the final minute of the first quarter. On 3rd down, a long 7 for Woodburn. Yakis goes back to throw. Straight drop, sets up, throws deep, and picked off by Anthony Thompson. Thompson in midfield. 45-40, 35-30, lowers the shoulder, drives his way inside the 30 and out of bounds. What a first quarter for Anthony Thompson. Returned the fumble for a touchdown moments ago. A nice interception return here for Thompson will set West Albany up inside the 20s, or inside the 30, I should say, 1st and 10.
Woodburn quarterback just threw that ball up for grabs there. Bulldogs had great coverage. Anthony Thompson able to just kind of settle in, wait for that to come to him, and then he's got great speed, gets it up the field nicely. Bulldogs in business here deep into Woodburn territory.
From the 23, 1st and 10 for West. Jamison DeFore to the left, Brendan Breslin to the right, Brooke and Lacoste in the backfield. Lahota back to throw, sets up a screen for Soto. Soto with the catch, trying to stiff arm his way for a 1st down, and will as he'll lunge forward near the 10, down around the 11-yard line. Nicely designed play as the blitz was coming, and Lahota got it out in the flat to Soto.
Yeah, really, really nicely timed by the Bulldogs there as they let the defender through, and Lahota had the defender in his face, but able to unload it to Soto. Gets the 1st down yardage here, and the Bulldogs on the move again.
1st and 10. At the 11-yard line of Woodburn, 37.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. So they will wind the clock, and Lahota will go under center. Soto in motion right to left. Lahota with a give to Jake Lacoste. On the hesitation, trying to turn the corner left and will. Jake's running for the pylon. He's in again. Touchdown, West. 11 yards. Jake Lacoste, his third touchdown of the first quarter. It's 34-0 West Albany.
Nice little hesitation there. He wanted to take that over the tackle's left shoulder. Saw that was plugged, just kind of bounces it to the outside. Little hesitation there, and then the burst of speed to get to the pylon. Touchdown Bulldogs, touchdown Jake Lacoste. 22.5 to go here in the first, and the Bulldogs with a 34-0 lead.
West Albany showing the explosiveness on offense that they've had going through the first 3 games of the year. They're the highest scoring team in 5A through 3 games. Not letting off here tonight as Matt Weiss with the point after boomed up and through. Yeah, with 22.5 seconds to go in the first quarter, it is West Albany 35 and Woodburn nothing. We'll take one more break and return here to 920 KSHO.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Lynn Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
America's best music and the news you need. This is 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Welcome back to Woodburn High School. The final minute for the first quarter. West Albany leading 35-0 over Woodburn. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, Jeff Kiter, Ryan Murphy is here tonight with the role of engineer. Bill Diamond back in the booth. And I wanted to wish a happy birthday to the sometimes 4th member of our team, Paul Daskalos, who celebrated a birthday this week. And Jeff just informed me for his birthday that he's in Las Vegas, getting ready to watch Air Force and presumably Anthony Lacoste take on UNLV this weekend.
Excellent. Happy birthday to Paul, and hope he's having a great time down there.
Matt Weiss set to kick it away again. He's been busy here in the first quarter. 35-0 West Albany. Jake Lacoste with 3 more touchdown runs as Weiss with a line drive sent again in the direction of Cozina, who will take it at about the 8-yard line. Now come to the near side, looking for some space. We'll get to the 25. We'll get close and across the 25-yard line near the 30. Again, as I peer to the opposite side, he reaches the 28. It'll be 1st and 10 for Woodburn.
Good pursuit by West Albany special teams. JT Valenzuela able to chase him down. Did a nice job spinning off of a block and then closing the gap there, holding that return to minimal yardage there. Down in Vegas for his birthday.
Not too shabby.
It's got a nice ring to it.
It does.
Got another special birthday to mention here after this play. We'll let him get this one off, and we'll talk about another birthday that was this week.
Siakis out of the shotgun. Receiver or running back split to each side as he will go back to throw. Brian Garcia bringing pressure. Heaves this one up for grabs, and it's going to go out of bounds on the near sideline. Take it away, Wally.
Jeremy Burright. It's his birthday actually today, so I wanted to say happy birthday to Jeremy. Our listeners will remember him from the basketball court and the football field for, I believe, until he was a junior. Jeremy Burright having a birthday, and Bulldog Broadcast Team T-shirt headed his way.
And I'm not 100% certain of this, but I'm pretty sure that if you go to YouTube and type in Jeremy Burright, I think there are a couple of good clips
yes,
of Jeremy throwing down some vicious dunks.
Yes, there are.
And they are worth a watch.
After this broadcast.
After the broadcast, of course. As on 2nd and 10, Yakis is going to keep and run right into Carson French after a gain of about a yard to the 30 on what will be the final play of the first quarter here tonight. At the end of 1 from Woodburn High School. West Albany 35, Woodburn nothing. We'll take a break and return here at 920 KSHO.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
920 KSHO.
Welcome back here to Woodburn as we'll start the second quarter. West Albany leading 35-0. It is official. Our network has gone global. It has reached Sin City. As Wally with a picture of Dan Lacoste, along with Paul Daskalos in Vegas listening to the game. Hello, gentlemen. Hi, Dan.
Got another birthday to mention here, too. Just got a text.
Yakas back to throw, fires deep, intended for Belize and overthrown, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and long. Just underway here in the second.
Mitch Benedict, happy birthday today.
Happy birthday, Mitch.
All right, Mitch. T-shirt headed your way, too.
And a couple of free plugs for U.S. Bank. It's 2 U.S. Bank employees I've mentioned in the last 10 minutes. I presume that will make Dan happy.
You should probably get a raise.
That was Wally, Dan. That was Wally.
I've got your back.
4th down and 7. And Woodburn set to punt it away. J.T. Valenzuela deep. Stands at his own 34-yard line. All West Albany so far 35-0.
Kind of things you could talk about when you've got a 35-0 lead.
Exactly. Little end-over-end punt. It's going to check up and be down at the 46 of West Albany. So West will start with good field position once again. And again, they're going to keep an eye out here and see how much longer the starters remain in for West. You figure at least a half.
Yeah,
maybe, right?
I've got to believe that's right, and I think that's the right thing to do. You want to keep everybody in game shape, and you know, you work all week to be able to smack around somebody in a different colored jersey, and so you want to give them at least a half. I think if this maintains the way it is, I think we'll see a host of reserves starting in the second half.
It'll be 1st and 10 West Albany from the 46-yard line. West's own 46 with Jameson DeFore to the right. Breslin left. Soto motion left to right. And on play action, Lahota back to throw. Sets up, fires deep. Looking for Breslin and overshot incomplete. Good coverage out there from Woodburn. He's trying to catch a number again on the dark jerseys. Nate Vasquez, I believe, with the coverage for Woodburn.
Good coverage and a little jostling going on between receiver and defender. Not enough to really alter the play, and referee did a good job keeping the hanky in his pocket there. Bulldog a little surprised there on 1st down, going with a deep one, trying to step on the air hose early in this game. Coach Nyquist is. I would predict they keep it on the ground on this play.
A safe bet on 2nd down and 10.
Had a little bit of success on the ground so
just
far
a little
game.
bit. And with the success, Jake Lacoste gets a pitch, running left, cut it back, sheds a tackle at midfield, a stiff arm, works his way into Woodburn territory and down to the 46.
Oh, my.
A gain of 8, but a vicious stiff arm after about the 4-yard gain for Jake.
We have to be a little careful because our perch here amongst the Woodburn fans, you want to be a little bit diplomatic, but that was just a brutal play by Jake. I tell you, he put his head down, lowered the forearm, and quite the stiff arm there. Gets him a couple of extra yards, going to bring up 3rd and short in what is certainly 2-down territory here for the Bulldogs.
3rd down and about 2 from the Woodburn 46. Soto in motion. Crook and Lacoste behind Lahota. Lacoste gets the carry. Jake has the 1st down and plenty more. Weaving his way into Woodburn territory, tripped up, keeps his balance, and will finally go down just inside the 20-yard line as Jake Lacoste able to weave his way through those dark black jerseys for another big rip. 1st down West at the Woodburn 19.
We talk about Jake's balance and what he can do, not only side to side, but when he's going full steam ahead, that time just gets tripped up a little bit, but an extra probably 8, 10, 12 yards there as he was stumbling to catch his balance. We lose our balance like that, we go down immediately. Jake just has the strong legs that keep him afloat for a while. Then got caught from behind. Great game by Jake.
1st and 10 from the Woodburn 19. Lahota with a give inside to Hiram Crook, and Crook trying to keep those legs moving. Will drive for about 5. With 3 Woodburn defenders on his back, Crook is able to pick up close to 6 on 1st down.
And Crook's been doing that. He's had 3 or 4 carries now in this game, and they've all been of the 5, 6, 8-yard variety there. You'll take that. We get so spoiled with what Jake can do on the field from running back, and with these huge gains. But Hiram Crook, that's great yardage there for your fullback with the 6-yard gain on 1st down.
Lahota back to throw, fires to a wide open Soto, and Soto's going to march his way in. Another West Albany touchdown. LaHoda to Soto, and it's 41-0. West Albany.
Really nicely done. Jackson Soto, nobody there in coverage. That's what happens from that slot receiver. When he's primarily a blocker, teams tend to get lazy with him and don't expect that he's going to go out in a passing route. That time, nobody goes with Soto. He settles in, and then the nice run after catch, and the Bulldogs back in the end zone.
Matt Wiest looking to make it 6 for 6 now on the night. As Ben Engel checks to see if Wiest is ready. He is. Ben takes the snap, puts it down, and Wiest, another rocket through. 9:55 to go in the first half. West Albany 42, Woodburn nothing. Take a break. In return, you're listening to West Albany football here tonight on KSHO.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda superstore.
It's Albany Burgerville Back to School Fun. This coming Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Original hamburgers only 90 cents. Cheeseburgers $1. Regular fries $1. Regular drink $1. Bring in an unopened full-size box of cereal to help the Sunshine Division food drive. Albany Burgerville celebrating Back to School Fun this Tuesday, September 18th.
A first-class 24/7 fitness facility, always open with keyless access where safety is paramount. That's Snap Fitness of Albany, where they offer free classes of yoga, Pilates, and Zumba with each membership. Check out Snap Fitness's new gym, now on Hickory Street in North Albany.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Unforgettable 920.
Matt Wiest set to kick it away again for West Albany, with West leading 42-0 here. Early second quarter as Wiest again sending it left. Kazina will take it at the 10, near sideline 15 to the 20. Cuts to the middle near the 25, and Gang tackled at the 25-yard line. Forrest Thomas with the initial contact. Help down there from Joe Birchfield on special teams for West.
Well, West Albany's done everything that could have been asked for from them here in this first half, Ryan. They've run the ball well. LaHoda looks composed in the pocket. Woodburn just really hasn't had an answer for what West is doing offensively. And the turnovers from Woodburn have been devastating for them. West Albany's turned into points, and that's why the lead here, 42-0 here, midway through the second quarter.
Very early in the second still. Yakis under center, left hash mark the 25. Martin Ray the back behind him. Yakis on a give to Ray, who ran into Yakis and will try to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He will. Get just back to the 25. No gain on the play. Good job just to get it to the line.
Well, it really was. There's a lot of confusion in the offensive backfield there. And West Albany had gotten that surge off the defensive line and really were in there. Ray did a nice job to get that back to the original line of scrimmage.
Second out and 10 upcoming for Woodburn, as they have kept two main running backs, Martin Ray and Nate Ellingson, in the game throughout. Sergei Yakis, the quarterback, will go out of the shotgun. Ray to his right and in motion, taking the fly sweep. He is a number 12 on your program, and 12 is going to run out of space. He's going to go down for a loss. Back inside the 20-yard line, I'm hearing Rodolfo Hernandez on the carry.
Nicely strung out by the Bulldogs there, and he really had nowhere to go, Ryan. West Albany with that great lateral speed, get over and kind of hem that in. Chase him down for the loss on the play. Going to bring up a really long third down here, third and about 14.
They'll spot him out at the 20. Third down and 15 upcoming here for Woodburn. 8:40 in the first half. And West Albany leading 42-0. Yakis with the I formation. One receiver each side, right hash mark. Yakis scanning the defense. Long look left, back to throw, fires left, and dropped. Dropped in the flat, intended for Artemon Kuzmin. It'll be 4th down and 15. Woodburn will have to punt again. JT Valenzuela already drifting back to receive the punt.
And that young man is very fortunate he didn't catch that ball. Carson French was about ready to put him on his back. They were on a collision course right there. Carson French able to pull off there when he saw the ball had hit the ground, but that was going to be an implosion right there.
So another punt upcoming here from Woodburn, as we'll get whistles prior to the snap and a timeout taken by Woodburn. 8:27 to go here in the first half. West Albany leading at 42-0. For any occasion, you can enjoy a complete, affordable family dining experience at Cascade Grill. That's on Knox Butte Road in Albany. Cascade Grill. And I won't tell you the make and model of my car, but if you were to go to Cascade Grill right now, you would see my car, because that's where we met today to come up here. I sent you a text earlier today that said, if I'm early, I'll just go to the Cascade Grill. It's fine family dining for any occasion. That's in right. North Albany, Cascade Grill. That was the text I sent you. It's actually on Knoxville Road.
Yeah, you have to be careful that North Albany. It is north of Albany there. It's in the north end of Albany, but
it's not considered
right. North Albany.
Right. I'm still relatively new to this whole Albany thing. So
sure you are.
You got to cut me a little bit of slack.
We're in year 8.
In Junction City, there is no north and south. There's just a Junction City. So it's we don't have to worry about things like directions. Out of the timeout, Woodburn will punt. And again, Valenzuela sets to receive, standing right around midfield. So West should get great field position. The snap is high. Ruiz does a good job to pull it in. Will get away a decent kick. It will wobble and hit and be down at the Woodburn 39-yard line. Punt of 24, no return. West will take over 1st and 10 with great field position at the Woodburn 39.
Some athleticism by the punter there to even just bring that ball in. That would look like it was going to sail over his head, but does kind of the over-the-shoulder catch and able to get the kick off. Not an extremely good kick, but it's better than what the results looked like they were going to be.
They'll spot this. They'll give Woodburn a yard of it here as they'll spot it at the 40. That was clearly down to the 39. They'll spot it at the 40. 1st and 10. As Lahota will go under center on formation. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. A play fake on 1st down. Lahota back to throw. Sets, fires, caught by Soto. Deep into Woodburn territory and out of bounds. Just shy of the 20-yard line. Another quick pitch and catch and a bullet thrown from Lahota to Soto.
Yeah, right on the money too. And Soto with the great hands. He's such a great blocker. But he's shown already tonight that he's got those gifted hands too. He's the perfect slot receiver.
Gain of 20 on the play. 1st and 10 at the Woodburn 20. 8:05 to go in the first half.
Am I remembering correctly, Ryan, that if they do go to a running clock after 45 points, that's only in the second half?
I believe so. Yeah, as we're going to get a whistle and another timeout. This one taken by West Albany. Again, we'll keep it here. 7:54 to go in the first half. 42-0. I'm hoping that enough time has elapsed now that I can say hello to Anthony Lacoste, who is also in Las Vegas prepping for the game tomorrow between Air Force and UNLV. I was told that Anthony would be joining the party there, so hopefully he is. Hi to Anthony. Hi again to Dan and Paul. We're in Woodburn. They're in Vegas.
And Patty.
Patty,
yes.
And Di, maybe. And Joe and Joey. I don't know who else might be there, but hello to anybody who is listening to us in Vegas tonight. It's easily the first time we've been able to say hi to Vegas. 42-0 here, West Albany, with 7:54 to go in the first half, and West on the drive again at the Woodburn 20 once we come out of the timeout.
I wonder what this game's listed on the sports book there in Vegas. On the big board?
I don't think we can say in the area that we are in the stands. I don't think we can say.
As we say it in hushed tones.
Yes. We'll whisper. 1st and 10 out of the timeout. Lahota will creep under center. Jake Lacoste split out to the right. Lahota back to throw. Sets, fires for Breslin, who makes a sure-handed catch inside the 10 and spins down to about the 7. Brendan thought he kept his feet. He whistled down at about the 8-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for West Albany.
And Cody Lahota, that was a well-used timeout there. He got to the line of scrimmage, didn't like what he was seeing, and so they get the timeout, and then throws a bullet to Breslin. Breslin's second reception, I believe, on the night.
Was just peering over my shoulder to see if there were any incompletions so far for Cody. Just the one. Missed on only one pass so far. He's been sharp. 1st and goal from the 8. Give to Hiram Crook as Crook lowers the shoulder and will go down after a gain of about 2 to the 6. Trying to keep the clock running and sends Cody Lahota running all the way to the far side for the play.
Got a reminder from my wife. It's Susie Osborne's birthday this week, too.
My goodness. Everybody's birthday this week. Happy birthday to Susie.
Everybody who's, anybody.
Exactly.
Well, except us. That's
why my birthday isn't for another couple months.
Mine either.
Cody Lahota.
Notice we've said no ages.
Right. Oh, we never would. On 2nd down and goal from the 6, another give to Crook, and Crook is pounded quickly after a gain of about a yard up the middle. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal with 6.5 to go in the first half. 42-0, West Albany with the lead.
Yeah, West keeping things very generic here in this game. This just trying to kind of punish things up the middle, looking for that seam. Bulldogs, no way they kick a field goal in this situation if they don't get it here on 3rd down. They'll try and take it into the end zone. Either way, they would get to that 45-point threshold, which is what they want. See if they can get to some running clock there in the second half.
Lahota will walk it up to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down and goal, just inside the 5. LaHoda on a pitch left. Jake Lacoste, and he's going to weave in on touch. Touchdown, West Albany. A nicely designed play. Faked it to the fullback, pitched it out to Jake. He goes in for his 4th touchdown of the night. It's 48-0, West Albany.
And it was the fake there to Hiram Crook. Almost everybody here in this stadium bid on that fake. I bid on it. I thought he probably had it. Nice pitch out, put it right on the numbers with Lacoste, and he takes it in.
Matt Wiest looking to go 7 for 7. Those in Vegas would be appreciative of repeated 7s. As Matt Wiest trying to stay perfect on the night. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. Midway through the second quarter, 6 minutes to go first. 49-0, West Albany. Let's break. We'll come right back to KSHO.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Unforgettable 920.
Back here at Woodburn High School. Again, we come to you tonight by the miracle that is Skype, and we hope that it is a better sound. During the break, Ryan Murphy, our engineer here tonight, reconnecting the call. We are unaware, once we speak, what the sound quality is like on the other end, but we'll try to keep it optimal, and thank you, Ryan, for reconnecting it during the break, and hopefully that will improve the sound just a little bit. 49-0, West Albany, 6 minutes to go in the first half. Matt Wiest set to kick it away once more. Martin Ray, Devin Cucina go deep for Woodburn. All West here on the first half, and Jake Lacoste, 4 touchdown runs. Hiram Crook has a touchdown run. Jackson Soto, a touchdown reception from Cody LaHoda, and Anthony Thompson, a fumble return. Those are your 7 scores. As Matt Wiest with another good kick. Cucina takes it at about the 12, comes to the near side, and is wrapped up by Forrest Thomas. Good tackle across the 25. By Thomas. Woodburn will start first down and 10.
Well, Thomas knows the directional kicking of Matt Wiest. He knows that ball carrier is probably coming his way, and up to the challenge, man. We've seen 2 good open field tackles by Forrest Thomas here in this first half here on special teams.
Woodburn from their own 27 takes it over first down and 10 with 5:54 to go here in the first half. This is everything that West Albany wanted here tonight, as they've taken control early against Woodburn. Yakus with his backs in the eye, back to throw. Sets up, slips a little as he plants to fire far side. It's incomplete, intended for Nate Vasquez, as Yakus slipped on his back foot. That's the death knell for a quarterback.
Boy, isn't it? And he had the receiver open on that far side. When you slip like that, your balance is off. That ball, it can be a duck that goes up in the air that's up for grabs for anybody, and probably fortunate that fell incomplete.
You mentioned a duck. Time for a product plug. Tomorrow on our sister station, 1580 KGAL, the Ducks in Arizona will be in action. 7:30 p.m. kickoff from Autzen Stadium. For those of you who are so inclined, Oregon State will play tomorrow at 12:30 down in the Rose Bowl at UCLA. Yakus a pitch right for Martin Ray. Ray trying to get through the D, and he'll fight just across the 30 for a couple yards.
Gabe Stone, Carson French in there on the tackle. Got to go down to Autzen last week for the game. Had a great time down there watching the Ducks annihilate Tennessee Tech. But Tech with the first touchdown of the game, then Oregon took over. But had a great time down. I mean, everybody knows I'm a loyal Beaver, but got the chance to go down and watch Will Murphy, and probably the last time I'll get to see Will play collegiately, and had a great time down there.
It's going to be 3rd and 11 again. I was fooled by the yard markers. It was actually a loss of a yard, not a gain of a couple. As Yakus back to throw under pressure, throws near side, incomplete. And the pressure from Carson French threw off the timing of the play as Vasquez, the intended target, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and long.
Yeah, West Albany's committing a lot of players trying to get into the offensive backfield. I think that's probably a little bit where it's more than we've seen in the first 3 games. Maybe a little bit of an experiment to see what the downfield coverage will be like if they send 1 or 2 linebackers, or maybe a corner and a linebacker in some extra rush. There are some blitz packages there. It's a nice job by the Bulldogs getting that pressure on the quarterback and forcing the early throw.
Rodriguez set to punt it away. Valenzuela back to receive, again standing at midfield. Snap is low, hits at the ankles of Rodriguez and is almost blocked. He gets away a good kick. A line drive that will go over the head of Valenzuela and take a Woodburn bounce all the way to the 30, where it will be down to great kick by Rodriguez. 43 yards on the punt, no return. And West will take it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Seeing a lot of familiar numbers. I don't think that Coach Nyquist will dip into the reserve bank here in this first half. I think the Bulldogs will just do what they do. You're not going to see anything fancy here. Coach Nyquist, he doesn't want to run the score up on people. He just wants to be able to work on some things and be methodical about what he does. I think we'll see the ball primarily on the ground or safe passes to try and churn out the rest of the clock here. 4:54 to go here in the first half.
1st and 10 West Albany as Cody LaHoda will go under center at the 30. Jamison DeFore to the right. Soto and Breslin to the left. LaHoda back to throw and fires incomplete, intended for Soto on the slant.
Okay, could I have been more wrong? I said running or safe passes, right? How about a crossing pattern that really might have been doomed from the start? That was not what I anticipated at all.
Looking again in the direction of Soto. As we mentioned early in the game, Soto not a recipient of many passes or really many targets as a receiver, but he's had several thrown his way tonight, including the touchdown.
Well, one of the reasons for that is they know that they're being scouted for future games. They might want to just show him as a threat in future games.
2nd and 10, LaHoda back to throw again. Fires far side, and it's dropped by Breslin. Off the fingertips of Breslin, who looks towards the sky and frustrated with himself. So it will be 3rd down and 10 for West.
Okay.
We're just going to turn off your headset.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the safest thing to do at this
there
point.
have been 11 seconds have gone off the clock. I predicted that the West Albany would try to churn out the rest of the time here in this half and go in with the 49-0 lead. They've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and 11 seconds have gone off the clock.
And LaHoda, who had misfired only once in the first half thus far, has missed on his last 2.
About ready to hand the headset to Kiter and just start taking stats.
3rd and 10. Back to throw again is LaHoda. Fires near side, caught by Breslin. Makes the first man miss, makes the second man miss, will pick up a 1st down across the 40. Good yards after catch for Breslin, able to move the chains out near the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 West Albany.
Not able to get those long legs really going, but shifty enough Breslin was that he was able to shake a couple of tacklers. He's big and strong too. You know, when I think of him as a freshman basketball player versus what we see now, he's a big, strong kid.
How about the play he made last week on the punt too, when he had to go up, one hand, the snap, got away a nice kick. That was a heck of a play from Breslin.
Showed some hops and showed some hands, brings that in like a rebound. Beautiful play by Breslin last week.
1st and 10 West from their own 43, 4:36 to go first half. West leading 49-0. LaHoda back to throw again, firing deep for Soto and incomplete, overshot him. As Soto was beginning to break away from coverage, but just a little bit over his head. And West Albany has gone to the air all 4 times on this series here.
I think maybe Coach Nyquist is listening to us, saying, okay, yeah, you know, we went to high school together. He's probably saying, okay, I'm going to get back at Wally for, you know, something 30 years
Did you put him
ago.
in a locker or something back then? I doubt it. He was a pretty good running back. I don't think he would have let you. 2nd down and 10 West at their own 43 right hash mark. And I formation. Jake Lacoste gets a carry up the middle. Jake trying to cut left side and will be hit from behind and dropped after a short gain. A lot of running for Jake to get about 2 as he'll reach the 45. It'll be 3rd down and still close to 9, 3rd and about 8.
Well, the Bulldogs obviously working on some timing with the 4 straight passes they're doing, and you can see possibly some motivation there, just trying to get some timing down and trying to work on some things, much like you would in practice. But that time going to the ground, and Bulldog a 3rd and long, a rare 3rd and long here.
Another 2nd in a row. They converted a moment ago. Now on 3rd and 9, back to throw, firing for Breslin. It's incomplete. It actually went through the fingertips of the defensive back for Woodburn and got into Breslin's hands, but he was thrown off by the attempted deflection and dropped it. It'll be 4th down and long. That draws the biggest ovation of the night from the Woodburn faithful as they have held to see if West Albany does punt for the first time.
I'm not seeing a change of personnel, and Cody LaHoda's coming back out onto the field. I think Bulldogs are going to go for it.
Kind of in that tough no man's land right now. 4th and 8 from their own 45. West will go. Eschewing the punt here for an attempted 4th down conversion. LaHoda will throw in the flat. It's caught by Soto, and Soto breaks free for a 1st down into Woodburn territory, upended inside the 40. A good, safe pass and catch again to Soto, and more good yards after reception. 1st down West.
Yeah, good strong run after the catch by Soto. Really nicely done. He knew he was going to take a hit there at the end, and he did. It secures the ball, and the Bulldogs first down yardage here. They're back in business here. 3:40 to go here in the half.
At the 37 of Woodburn with Crook and Lacoste behind LaHoda. Quick snap, give it to Crook up the middle. Crook dragging defenders down close to the 30. And a very late flag will come in.
Yeah, we're going to see a little extracurricular here. I think this is going to march this back 15 yards, personal foul again, or unsportsmanlike against the Bulldogs.
First flag we've seen in a while. And I'm overjoyed to say that based on what we've seen the first 3 weeks of the year. It's by far the longest in gameplay we've gone without seeing a penalty flag. It comes in here after the play. So this will be unsportsmanlike one way or the other. As everybody pointing in the direction of West Albany, but the penalty will be offsetting. So personal fouls each way. Since it was a dead ball foul, the play will stand. It will be second down and short. Hiram Crook picked up close to 7. It's going to be second down and a long 3 here for West.
Well, and now that play's done, they call it both ways. Steely Smith was who was involved with the defender for Woodburn, and they just they were blocking to the whistle and then went a little bit extra there, and it seemed like kind of no harm, no foul there. But glad they called that both ways. A lot of times it's the second guy that they see that ends up drawing the penalty.
LaHoda back to throw, fires deep, looking end zone for Breslin, and overshot him out of bounds down the right sideline. It will be third down.
Third down and 5 for West Albany.
Third down and 5. Right around the 30-yard line.
I just noticed that Denny's 20% off coupon.
3:15 to go first half, 49-0 West Albany. A little surprising to see West go to the air so much here.
Also, Sherwin Williams.
And some fans here in agreement.
Here's the other thing that you have. Randy knows that he's not going to throw many passes in the second half. If he's going to work on anything with the passing game, it's going to be during the second quarter when he's got this 7-touchdown lead, or not at all. And so I think that's probably what we're seeing.
Throwing again and throwing incomplete. Too high for Soto. It will be fourth down and 5. LaHoda all the way over to talk again with Coach Nyquist. With 3:09 to go in the first half, West gone for it twice on the series. Appear as though they'll go again here. And with the first string almost assuredly coming out at halftime, you hate to say, you still got to try and get your reps in here.
Yeah, you do, and it's we're hearing it from the fans around us. I want to be very careful about what I say, but you can find some rationale in doing this.
LaHoda back to throw under some pressure. He'll roll to his right, fires, and it's almost intercepted, knocked away, and Woodburn will take over on downs. As they knock the pass away, Woodburn will take over from their own 31. First and 10 with 3:02 to go in the first half. 49-0, West Albany maintaining the lead, and Woodburn will take over on down. John Birchfield's coming our way here.
With Brady Young. Great to see Brady. We'll get a chance probably off the air during commercials to say hello to them. Great to see Brady. I tell you, he's had a tough end of summer and fall. Chat with him a little bit.
First and 10, Woodburn. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. 49-0, West Albany with the lead. Yakis gives it quickly inside to Ellingson, and he is dropped for a short loss on the play. West able to get in quickly. Carson French wrapped him up.
Carson French is pretty much had the run of the place today. We have seen him in on so many tackles. He is finding gaps and finding the ball carrier very, very quickly. Carson French really having a breakout game.
Clock winding late in the first half. Ziakis out of the shotgun, running backs to each side. Ray and Ellingson there with the senior quarterback. Take the snap, go back to throw, rolling left, under pressure, throws in the flat, intercepted by Nathan Clark. Clark with the convoy. Clark down the sideline is going to walk in for a touchdown. Nathan Clark on the interception, in for a score, and a quarterback is shaken up for Woodburn.
Boy, he is. He took a pop from the defender there. Came through untouched. I missed who it was.
Gardner.
Was it Tanner Gardner?
And Yakis, certainly, once you get to this stage of the game, an outcome determined. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. Yakis to his feet, thankfully, is going to come off under his own power. Nathan Clark with the interception return for the touchdown makes it 55-0 West Albany, but that becomes secondary as focus on the health of the player.
Yeah, you don't want to see anybody get hurt either side of the ball, and certainly you're right, with the outcome already decided in this one, but He took a pop there, hung in there to make the pass. West Albany picks it off and takes it for a pick six, but you don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Alan Yakis on his back as he had gotten to his feet, and the trainer telling him to go back down. And the West defense out in the field will take a knee. Keep a look on Sergei Yakis as a trainer and assistant coach appear ready to help him to his feet. Coach Pouliot, Coach Rothwell heading down the steps down to our right. Defensive coaches have to be very pleased with what they've seen so far. And Yakis to his feet. Tanner Gardner had a free shot coming off the end. That forced Yakis to rush the throw. It set up the interception and the touchdown as Nathan Clark picked it and took it to the house. And Yakis Shaken will be helped to the sideline.
Well, that's rough, too. He took just a direct hit. Nothing dirty about it. A clean hit and was able to get rid of the ball. But took one right to the rib cage, it looks like. Pulling off the little flak jacket he had on there. And it's just unfortunate. But good to see him come off under his own power. We've got someone playing catch down here we assume would be the backup quarterback for Woodburn.
Matt Wiest on for the point after. Trying to make it 56-0 as his kick is up, and it is good. With 2:15 to go in the first half. Now West Albany 56 and Woodburn nothing. We'll take a break and return here to KSHO.
Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors. 4 generations of the auto business and here to stay. Mark Thomas Motors is big on supporting local events. 3 locations in Albany, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Hyundai, GMC, Buick, Pontiac. Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors in Albany.
Just like the Bulldogs, Courtesy Corner Shell gives you everything they have every time you drive in. Fast and friendly service, windows always clean. Non-ethanol fuels for small engines, boats, and vintage cars available. You can't beat Courtesy Corner Shell near Queen on Pacific Boulevard. They'll be happy to see you.
Lynn Lanes in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Open every day and until 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Ballistic bowling starts at 10 on Saturday nights.
Stop by Lynn Lanes in Lebanon.
Hi, I'm Dave Wood, President and CEO of Willamette Community Bank. We are proud to support our local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders. Willamette Community Bank. Service like no other. We promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Unforgettable 920.
Back once again here at Woodburn High School. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, Jeff Kiter, Ryan Murphy, John Birchfield, Brady Young, all here right now with West leading 56-0. Matt Wiest set to kick it away. Ray and Kazina deep as they have been throughout the first half. Wiest with the approach and the kick. This one shorter than his prior kicks. Be taken by an up man as Vasquez will take it out across the 30-yard line. Woodburn will begin first and 10. 2:10 to go here in the first half, and we'll take a look here at Woodburn's backup quarterback for the first time. Appears as though it will be Conan Boss, who was warming up on the sideline.
Yeah, and what an enviable position to put him in here with a 56-0 deficit. Backup quarterback. You're still in the first half. 2:10 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, Woodburn in their huddle down to the right is looking for a quarterback. I don't think they had anybody in there yet. As you wonder, they're talking to Martin Ray. Almost wonder if you just have one of the running backs take a direct snap here. As they will come out onto the field, and we'll see who will be the one to take snaps for Woodburn. It appears you got Ellington, you got Martin Ray, and it's Ray. Martin Ray, who will set up in the quarterback position here on 1st and 10. Taking the snap, driving straight ahead, looking for some space up the middle and not much there. Getting back near the original line of scrimmage. Short loss on the play, maybe second down and long.
Well, you take away a lot of your flexibility. You know, the Woodburn had really been trying to mix the run and the pass and had been doing a pretty good job of that, you know, with the exception of the turnovers. But they've had some plays where they've generated some positive yardage. You take the quarterback out of the equation and Ray taking the direct snap. If that's going to be the trend here, takes away a lot of options for the Woodburn Bulldogs.
Wally, I've got a score update here from elsewhere in the Mid-Willamette that is going to shock you. I'll give it to you after this play. With it 56-0 here at Woodburn High School, West Albany with the lead. I'll give you an update on Silverton Corvallis here after the play. With Ray on second down and long, takes a snap again, just driving straight ahead and dragged down by Carson French after a short gain. At the half, Wally, Silverton 42, Corvallis nothing.
Uh-oh.
At halftime.
Oh, my.
And Silverton will be the opponent next Friday night for West Albany.
Tough road game for the Bulldogs next week, as Silverton appears has made dramatic strides in their improvement.
Well, that's stunning. Silverton had scored 92 points combined in their first 3 games, had allowed only 27. And 42-0. That score coming from Scott Landgren, who is down in Corvallis at the Field of Dreams there, Crescent Valley High School. 14-6, Crescent Valley, incidentally, leading Lebanon at halftime of that game. Dallas and South Albany also playing tonight. They'll pass along any South Albany scores that we may get throughout the remainder of the night, as Woodburn letting the clock run here down to about the final 30 seconds. And it appears as though they will take a timeout. They will. With 28.3 to go, first half, 56-0 West Albany. And already some subs taking the field here for West. I see Kyle Lavelle, number 79. Kyle is a 5'6", 150-pound defensive end. He's out there right now. And in fact, he was the only sub that caught my eye. As we near the end of the first half, it's been all West Albany. 2 defensive touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns for Jake Lacoste, a rushing touchdown for Hiram Crook, and a touchdown pass from Cody Lahota to Jackson Soto.
Well, second half, we'll be keeping an eye on our rosters and try and get as many names as we can out there as we expect wholesale changes and a lot of reserves play to get to play. And that's exactly what you want in a game like this. You want to get that experience on the field. Reserves for West Albany, they're so deep at every position. Reserves doesn't mean, secondhand. It just means that they're a little bit below what the starters. West Albany reserves could play with a lot of teams in the Mid-Willamette Conference.
Well, how about this? Sergi Yakas is back in at quarterback as he will give it straight ahead to Ellingson. Ellingson is wrapped and dropped. No gain on the play, but good to see Yakas back in there under center. He took a shot on the last series, had to be helped off the field, but back in as the final seconds of the first half are going to tick off. And we will head into the locker rooms. Forrest Thomas, incidentally, also out on the field for West. He's the only other reserve that I see out there right now.
Forrest Thomas already making a name for himself in special teams tonight. Good to see him get some defensive play.
And thank you to Scott Landgren for the update. 21-14 Dallas over South Albany at halftime, as we have reached halftime here in Woodburn. Your score, West Albany 56 and Woodburn nothing. We'll take a break and return. You're listening to West Albany football on 920 KSHO.
Competition is tough in the hairstyling business. The cutting room on Pacific across from Pops doesn't mind, because just like the Bulldogs, we strive for excellence with confidence. The cutting room wants to be your salon. Call us for an appointment at 541-928-0811.
It's that time again. Les Schwab's Fall Tire Sale, our biggest sale of the year. Come in and get great deals on some of our most popular tires. But hurry, the Fall Tire Sale ends October 31st. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Unforgettable 920.
Welcome back here to Woodburn High School halftime, with West Albany leading Woodburn 56-0. All West here throughout the first half. 5 touchdowns in the first quarter, 3 more in the second quarter. Already eliciting some groans from the Woodburn faithful about West Albany's play calling late in the first half, as the West deciding to go to the air on that final series. Wally, I thought you made a very valid point that the starters are done at this point. You have to figure. If they do come back in the third, then I think you could start to question whether they belong still in the game. But they're going to play the entire first half. They have to stay sharp with a big game coming up next week. I don't know what else you want in the first half of a game. If West is doing that in the fourth quarter and it's 77-0, then you can groan. But in the first half, the players still have to get their reps.
That's right. And you have to, if there are some things you want to work on in game-type situations, you have to do it there in the second quarter, because then you're going to start hearing the boos. You're going to start having the complaints to the OSAA if you're doing that in the second half. So Coach Nyquist, he's a smart guy. He knows that. And he's not trying to do anything with running up the score. He's trying to work on some things, and largely West Albany, I would say, failed in those efforts, because they were trying to run some timing things, trying to run some pass plays, and really were not able to connect on that. It really messed up Lahota's fantasy numbers. But it's it's one of those things where you get to then go back and watch it on tape and see where some things went wrong there against what we've found to be a very deficient Woodburn defense, so West Albany, they have some things to talk about in at halftime there, but we will largely see we might see a few starters maybe on the offensive and defensive line, but for the most part, I think we're going to start seeing some different numbers.
One would assume, and again, that's a big game coming up next week, so you want to keep the kids sharp. You wonder, is Silverton going to have some of their starters in the second half? You just don't know. But 56-0 is your halftime score here with West Albany in the lead. I want to revisit quickly what happened last Friday night. If you haven't heard by now and you're a high school sports fan, I'm sure you probably have if you follow closely. But Thomas Tyner of Aloha High School, he's a commit to the University of Oregon, ran for an Oregon State record 643 yards last Friday night in a win over Lake Ridge. And that's certainly of note because West Albany had played Lake Ridge the week prior. That broke Jake Lacoste's state record set less than a year ago. Jake's at 508. Tyner ran for 643, 10 touchdowns in what wound up an 84-63 win for Aloha. Now, you have to make note of some of the numbers because when West Albany played Lake Ridge, I lamented a little bit at the end of the game the defensive effort from West. But when you look at what Lake Ridge did to another 6A school, Aloha, it really makes West's effort look pretty good by comparison. And Eric Dungy, the quarterback for Lake Ridge, who was so spectacular that night against West, went 20 of 31, 362 yards, 4 touchdowns through the air, 63 more yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So 6 total touchdowns. And Thomas Tyner's dad, after the game, said he thought that Eric Dungy would progress and become quite a college quarterback if he gets into the right system. Remember, he's only a sophomore, but doing some big things at Lake Ridge. Now, here's where the numbers get kind of fun. Aloha, do you want to know how many times last year Aloha's basketball team scored 84 points?
Can I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
I've been wrong on every guess I've made tonight in any situation. So I'm going to say more than 84. I'm going to say twice.
Zero.
Okay.
Zero. As a matter of fact, their high point game for the basketball team last year was 51, and their football team scored 84 last Friday. In fact, Lake Ridge, in a 2-month span between December and February, their basketball team did not score 63 points. That's their football team scored last Friday. And the two teams played each other last December in basketball. Lake Ridge won 63-35. So combined in basketball, they scored many, many fewer points than they did in the football game last Friday night.
That's crazy stuff.
It's a staggering score as Aloha wound up winning 84-63. We were done with our game last Friday and receiving updates on that one by text message from just about everybody that we're in contact with. Couldn't believe the numbers, but Thomas Tyner, 643 yards, 10 TDs, and oh, by the way, it was his 18th birthday.
Well,
you can't make that up.
Yeah, you can't make that up. It's a Hollywood script right there, and tremendous running back. He's a senior. We remarked on the way up here, glad he plays in 6A, and glad he's a senior.
Yeah.
And you know, so he's headed to the rich get richer. He's headed to the University of Oregon.
Oh, that pains me when you see the riches they already have down there. Tyner headed that way as well. I said I felt bad for Lake Ridge's defensive coordinator because in back-to-back weeks he had to face Jake Lacoste and Thomas Tyner. In those 2 weeks, those running backs put up 1,000 yards on Lake Ridge's defense in 2 weeks.
That's incredible. That'll give a defense coordinator headaches and for sure, and bad dreams for the next couple of weeks.
So if you're listening out there and you think you want to grow up to be a defensive coordinator, forget about it. You don't want to have to face those kind of kids back-to-back weeks. Halftime score here in Woodburn, 56-0. West Albany with the lead. Let's take a break and we'll return here in just a moment to 920 KSHO.
The mission of Now Builders is treat every job like it's their only job, no matter how big or small, and they don't stop until their customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Check out their portfolio of fine work at nowbuilders.com. Call Now Builders at 541-926-2858.
Through September, Figaro's in Albany has the Santa Fe barbecue chicken. Tender cuts of chicken, dull pineapple, fresh onions, and sun-ripened tomatoes, all atop their signature barbecue sauce.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
920 KSHO.
We're back here at Woodburn. It's halftime. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, and now Jeff Kiter, who joins us. He's been tabulating stats throughout the first half. One of those nights, Jeff, where you're going to have to start adding columns to the score sheet for new names in the second half, but primarily the starters for West Albany in throughout the first, and the Stars getting it done again.
Yeah, and we always start with Jake Lacoste. He made the most of his 13 carries. 13 carries for 170 yards. He had scoring runs of 11, 43, 11, and 4 yards. So Jake continues to pile up the yards for West Albany. Only one other ball carrier, Hiram Crook, had 6 carries for 27 yards. and Hiram had a touchdown run of 5 yards. Bulldogs 21 carries for 197 yards in the first half. Cody LaHoda, he was passing 7 of 15 with one touchdown. He had a touchdown pass to Jackson Soto. Brendan Breslin was on the receiving end of 3 of those passes for 68 yards. And Jackson Soto had 4 receptions for 62 yards. Jake Lacoste also had 1 kickoff return for 30 yards in the first half. JT Valenzuela, I think he was eager to get a punt return or 2, but the ball just never made it to him on any of those punts. The West Albany Bulldogs had 13 first downs. Woodburn had 3 in the first half. Defensively for the Bulldogs, they forced, I believe, 5 turnovers from the Woodburn Bulldogs in the first half. Led in tackles by Carson French. He had 7 tackles, and Forrest Thomas was in on quite a few special teams tackles. He had 5. JT Valenzuela had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery in addition to 4 tackles. Nathan Clark had a 30-yard interception return for a touchdown. Anthony Thompson had a scoop and score.
Yes.
A fumble recovery, 43 yards for a touchdown. Anthony Thompson also had an interception in the first half. Gabe Stone had 4 tackles, Tanner Gardner 2, Matt Soot 3, Devin Wade had 4 tackles, and Joe Birchfield was in on 3. West Albany Bulldogs held Woodburn to 17 yards on 14 carries, and their quarterback was 2 of 10 for 16 yards. And again, a good first half in the first half for the Bulldogs, and I'm sure we'll see a few more of the West Albany Bulldogs playing in the first half. I noticed that I was listening. You were mentioning quite a few birthdays. Mm-hmm. Well, my son Tucker is turning 21 on Monday, and I believe he shares a birthday with Mrs. Osborne.
Wow!
So I want to wish a happy birthday, my son Tucker, who turns 21 on Monday.
Happy birthday to Tucker, and also of note, in uniform tonight, another kiter, Tanner, who's on the opposite side wearing 39. Out for football recently?
Yes.
Good for him.
Yes, I'm excited to see another one of my boys out there on the field.
Yeah, I hope to see Tanner throughout the course of the remainder of the year. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Those are your halftime stats, with West Albany leading 56-0 here at Woodburn High School. We'll have a rolling clock in the second half, and I think we're on pace to get out of here a little bit earlier than we have through the first 3 weeks of the season.
Quicker game, I think we can anticipate, and not as many penalties there in the first half for this one, so things are moving right along.
We have a coach profile to get to, but before we do, let's step away for a break. Again, with that running clock in the second half, the breaks will be tough to come by. So we'll take another one here, come back and profile another one of the West Albany coaches, Cole Puglia. That's around the corner at 9:20 KSHO.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Looking to save money on lighting fixtures? Larry and Marge Tomlin, owners of J&J Electric, invite you to compare prices, but don't buy until you've seen the high quality and low prices at J&J. Visit their spectacular showroom. The hometown folks at J&J Electric appreciate your business. J&J Electric, South Pacific and 22nd in Albany.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
Unforgettable 9:20.
Back again here at halftime at Woodburn High School, 56-0. West Albany with the lead. We have been doing our best to get to the West Albany coaching profiles. Wally compiled them during the off-season. You have one in your hands here. It's the master of the Starburst, Cole Puglia, who will profile here tonight.
You stole one of my lines from this.
Oh,
year.
I'm sorry.
Cole Pouliot, hard to believe he's been with the West Albany program now 11 years that he's been doing this under Coach Nyquist, and he's got 11 years of coaching experience, all 11 at West Albany. What an asset he is to the West Albany coaching staff. He coaches the linebackers, and like I mentioned, the 11th year. He played football at West Albany. He's a lifer with West Albany, and we asked the coaches what if they have any superstitions or pregame rituals. He wrote this down under both. It's Starburst, and we know that he brought us Starburst last year at one point. I'm ashamed to admit I found that package of Starburst here during the off season. I won't tell you how long after the season, but I found my package. We can't eat Starburst while we're doing the games, right. So that just found itself into the bottom of my Bulldog bag, and so maybe
I'll
he'll
take
bring
it at any point. I'm not bashful.
Maybe he'll bring us some fresh Starburst here at some point during the season. But said he's married. His wife is Courtney. He's got a baby boy, or maybe a baby boy due January 3rd. Is that how you read? I need to ask him about that. Looks like maybe they have one on the way.
That's how I would interpret it.
I would too. I'm going to have to ask him for a little clarification on that. So if that's the case, congratulations to Cole and Courtney on baby on the way. Said his wife probably listening to the broadcast. He said his mom Robin might be listening to the broadcast as well. So always fun to see him. We got the fist bump today as they headed up to the booth, and don't always get that opportunity now. The way we're set up at different stadiums, but Coach Pouliot gracious to come over and say hi to us pregame, and that is Cole Pouliot.
There are some areas in which we are fully immersed in the action. Dallas High School is the one that always springs to mind because of the night that happened several years back when Anthony Lacoste was busy just torching Dallas's defense. A night where Dallas came in highly regarded and West annihilated them. I couldn't tell you what the final score was at this point, but Anthony scored, I think, 5 touchdowns. And I was in the stand losing my mind, as I always do during these performances. And we just were surrounded by people wearing Dallas gear. And they continued to turn around and give us nasty looks throughout the course of the night. I feared for our safety. It's somewhat similar here at Woodburn. It's kind of a quiet night. There aren't a ton of fans here. But we're right in the middle of the Woodburn section. And so we have to be careful throughout the course of the night. We're hoping for that running clock in the second half. And we'll just kind of tone things down a little bit when it gets really quiet. But there were a couple of nice vantage points here. For one, it's a great view of the field, but during basketball season, just across the way here, we're right at courtside, and it's one of the best vantage points of the year for basketball. A little bit less so for football. It makes us a little nervous, but we're surrounded by Woodburn fans who have thus far been very, very good to us here. And the Woodburn Athletic Department and their support staff to our right also very gracious, sharing their space, and always very friendly when we come here. As West Albany, they've not been such gracious guests so far on the field. 56-0, West with the lead here at halftime. We'll step away, take a break, and continue along here at 920 KSHO.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
It's Albany Burgerville Back to School Fun this coming Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Original hamburgers only 90 cents. Cheeseburgers $1. Regular fries $1. Regular drink $1. Bring in an unopened full-size box of cereal to help the Sunshine Division food drive. Albany Burgerville celebrating Back to School Fun this Tuesday, September 18th.
Looking to save money on lighting fixtures? Larry and Marge Tomlin, owners of J&J Electric, invite you to compare prices, but don't buy until you've seen the high quality and low prices at J&J. Visit their spectacular showroom. The hometown folks at J&J Electric appreciate your business. J&J Electric, South Pacific and 22nd in Albany.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Unforgettable 920.
Back here in Woodburn at just about a minute and a half before kickoff in the third quarter. I want to turn it over to Wally here in just a moment to speak about one of the young men who was just sitting next to us here, John Birchfield, and Brady Young is the other one who was seated here. And Wally to speak a little bit about some of the trials and tribulations that Brady has been through.
Well, Brady had just the roughest of summers. He was dealing with collapsed lungs, and it happened once at a basketball tournament, and then happened to him again. They decided to do surgery, and I dive into the complexities of the surgeries and all that, but they went in to repair this issue that was creating the collapsed lungs. And Brady, such a nice young man and just a quality individual. His parents, Don and Donna, have raised this young man right, and great to see him on his feet, see him vertical, and to see him with a smile on his face. It's been a tough few months for him, trying to rebound athletically and just to be able to live a normal life there. And the problem they couldn't have anticipated, and it looks like he's coming through it very, very well. Just great to see him with a smile on his face, and nice of them to come over for the visit here. Always like to see Brady, and it was just a nice surprise to have him visit with us.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked strong. I mean, I've only seen him on the basketball floor, but if you hadn't mentioned to me what he'd been through, you'd have no way of knowing just by seeing him in person. He looks good, and he looks healthy. Obviously, wish him a continued recovery. You always start thinking of these kids as athletes first. You have to remember that the life comes first, and athletics comes a distant second, and the health is the primary concern, and then you start focusing on a return to basketball.
Yeah, and such an active kid, and he said that the most miserable part was just having to sit and do nothing. And recovery from anything is difficult. But he said, you would think that being able to sit around and just watch TV would be a great thing. He said it bored him to tears, and he was ready to get after life a little bit.
Well, we are ready to get after the third quarter as Matt Weist has it teed up. West leading 56-0, and the clock will run throughout the second half here as Matt with the approach. And this one's deep, and again angle to the far side. Devin Kazina takes it at the 9, pushes up at the 15, at the 20, and he's going to be wrapped up and gang tackled across the 25 near the 27-yard line. Saw Chris Porter in on the tackle along with Luke Hawkins.
Kyle Lovell was in there too. The 5'6", 150-pound junior was in on that tackle as well.
Peyton, is it Sassaman? Sassaman? I
think it's Sassaman.
Sassaman. Peyton Sassaman in on the stop, and also in now at linebacker. Out there along with Maxton Featherston, number 35. 32 is Talon Rogers. Several names to mention here as we'll get underway in the third quarter. Woodburn in possession, 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Dacus back to throw, throws to the near side. It's caught, and Kuzman with the catch. So he will turn it up the sidelines for decent yardage. The pursuit coming from Luke Hawkins, who makes the stop. Out across the 30 at about the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Luke Hawkins, 5'8", 135-pound sophomore, and really solid athlete, and grandson of Tom Hawkins, West Albany Hall of Fame coach.
Ryan Radke in on the defensive line. So is Nafiz Azam. Kyle Lovell, who we've mentioned. And Cody Washburn on the defensive line for West. Yakis on 2nd down. Call it 4. With a handoff to Martin Ray, trying the left side. Ray looking for space, and nothing there. He'll be gang tackled and dropped. Not much space. Talon Rogers came in on the stop.
Rogers, 6 foot, 155-pound junior. Nice job getting that little bit of a surge. Got some penetration against that offensive line. Got in there and made the tackle.
Johnny Pearson is in there. I don't know, Wally, if we had mentioned his name yet. He's at the right corner spot right now. Forrest Thomas at the left corner. With Chris Porter out of safety. Luke Hawkins patrolling sort of a hybrid linebacker safety spot right now. As on 3rd down and short, Ray bobbling the ball, but able to fall forward for a 1st down out to the 40. As Ray on the direct snap, able to direct. No, it's Yakis. I'm sorry. It's Yakis with the keeper.
Boy, and he's getting up slowly there.
I was so surprised. I wouldn't think that Yakis, given his physical state after the pop he took at the end of the first half, would be carrying the ball, but he did. Showing some severe fortitude there. So he'll take it to the 40 for a 1st down. 1st and 10, that running clock already has us down to 9:35 here in the third quarter. West leading at 56-0. Yakis with backs in the eye. 2 receivers to his right. Takes a snap, gives it straight ahead for Ellingson. And Ellingson dragging tacklers out to about the 44. Give him 4 on 1st down.
Nafiz Azam, 5'8", 190-pound sophomore, in on the tackle there. In quickly to make that tackle.
Yeah, West with all reserves right now on defense. Yeah, we presume that we'll see the same on offense. Once West Albany takes possession, this will be a quick second half with that clock moving. As Yakis will bring the offense up to the line, 2nd down and 6. Woodburn at their own 44, moving left to right here in the third quarter. Zakis with the give to Martin Ray, trying the left side and stuffed. Maybe a short loss on the plays. Giving pursuit was Cody Washburn.
Kyle Level comes up from the bottom of that pile too, 5'6", 150-pound junior.
We'll give it no gain, maybe a short loss. Third down around 7 coming up here for Woodburn. Kyle Level is one that you love to see on the defensive line because he stands 5'6" and 150, and anytime you see him down there, he's outsized. He always seems to be in at the bottom of the play. So on third down and long, a pitch to Martin Ray, and Ray's going to have a first down, and Ray's going to break away. He might score. Down the right sideline, Martin Ray with pursuit coming from behind. He'll break the tackle, and he will score for Woodburn. Martin Ray able to score 56 yards on the touchdown run with a flag down. There's a flag down back at the 30-yard line. And we'll see if this one comes back. Certainly appears in the vicinity of a downfield hold.
Yeah, it sure does.
So for the time being, they've not yet put up points for Woodburn. And everybody's marching backwards here. Oh, it's personal foul on Woodburn. The touchdown counts, and the personal foul evidently well behind the play. So the touchdown stands, 56-yard touchdown run for Martin Ray. And the biggest play of the night for Woodburn draws the biggest cheer of the night from the home faithful. He has talking over the penalty with the clock continuing to move, thankfully, here, 7:15 and marching in this third quarter, 56-6 as it stands. But we're going to be backed up 15 yards. They'll say on the kickoff, it appears, or unless they'll spot the ball at the 3 and then walk it off.
The points are good. The touchdown is good.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm sorry for the radio silence.
Oh, no.
Right, but trying to figure out what they're going to do here. Looks like they're lining it up for a regular, and so that they will mark it off on the kickoff here.
Yeah, oftentimes you'll see the official spot the ball, then walk off the penalty. So that's what we were waiting to see. They'll put it down at the 3, and just your standard extra point coming from Benito Rodriguez. 56-6. West Albany with the lead.
And how about the closing speed? I believe it was Peyton Sassaman, number 13 for the Bulldogs, that was chasing Ray. Was it?
I thought it was Rogers. It looked like 32. Rogers as the kick.
Yep, I think you're right.
Is good from Rodriguez with plenty to spare. So with 6:19 and moving to go here in the third quarter, we'll step away for a quick break. 56-7, West Albany on KSHO.
Looking to save money on lighting fixtures? Larry and Marge Tomlin, owners of J&J Electric, invite you to compare prices, but don't buy until you've seen the high quality and low prices at J&J. Visit their spectacular showroom. The hometown folks at J&J Electric appreciate your business. J&J Electric, South Pacific and 22nd in Albany.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
920 KSHO.
Welcome back here to Woodburn. That touchdown run by Martin Ray has livened up the home crowd just a little bit. 56-7 West Albany. The clock winding down to 5:20 already here in the third. For new and used foreign and domestic auto parts, choose B&R Auto Wrecking. You can just log on to autowrecking.com. And remember, if you own a truck or car, think B&R. And it's too late to tell you about before, but during or after the game in Albany, you can grab a hot and ready $5 pizza at Little Caesars. Across from the mall on Geary Street, the new and only Little Caesars in Albany. Rodriguez set to kick it away with Thomas and Rogers deep for West. It's Rogers who will take it on the move around the 14. Rogers with a little bit of a crease across the 30, across the 40-yard line, and dropped there. So West Albany will start 1st and 10 with their reserves coming in. Presume that it will be Ben Engel at quarterback for West. He was the one taking the practice snaps at the end of the half. And here comes Engel set to play quarterback. How about Ben Engel's touchdown run last week against Crescent Valley?
Picked his spots. He weaved his way, followed his blocking. It was just a beautiful touchdown run by Ben Engel. 35 yards on that run. It was just beautifully done. It was a lot of fun to watch him on that run.
Buck Trulove is in again at center with Kyle Level, the left guard, Joe Birchfield, left tackle. Deion Webb is a receiver to the left. Jamison DeFore and Johnny Pearson split out to the right. Hiram Crook still the fullback. Forrest Thomas right now is lined up as a tailback, and the pass by Engel is incomplete. Intended for Jamison DeFore. It will be second down and 10.
Boy, defender made a nice break on that ball. He had a lot of green in front of him if he's able to bring that in. A little surprised the Bulldogs went to the air, but with this running clock, nothing's going to happen with the stop clock, except if we happen to have a timeout, which we do.
Yeah, timeout taken by Woodburn. 3:39 to go in the third quarter. That will stop the clock. 56-7 West Albany. We'll keep it here. Forrest Thomas is the receiver, or the running back right now, I should say, for West Albany. Given all the different names that we think that we could call at running back, I think it's the first time we've seen Forrest Thomas in the backfield.
Yeah, I believe that's right. We thought maybe we'd see a little bit of JT Valenzuela there in the back, but I think everything now is geared toward keeping the Bulldog starters healthy going into next week, and so I think that's why we're not seeing number 2 in the offensive backfield.
Or Anthony Thompson, who has seen some carries in the first couple of games this year. Trying to get the other 2 jerseys on the offensive line. I mentioned Joe Birchfield, Kyle Lovell, and Buck Trulove. I know Ryan Radke was out there on the offensive line. There's one more. Once they break the huddle, we'll tell you who the 5th member of the offensive line is right now for West.
Identified one on special teams, too, with the kick return team. Tyler Brinson, 5'10", 180-pound sophomore, was in on kick return coverage.
Every week, it seems, so we hear somewhere along the way, hey, did you see so-and-so in the game? We say, we tried. So we'll get as many of them in as we can here. And Tyler Brinson is in.
Long snapper Dion Webb in at wide receiver here for the Bulldogs.
Tyler Brinson is the right guard, so he was the last member of the offensive line that we had not mentioned. Ben Engel under center on second down and 10 out of the timeout with Forrest Thomas the deep back and Engel back to throw. And he's going to be sacked. Pressure coming from the backside, and down goes Engel. Arteman Kuzman with the tackle for loss. It will be third down and long, and now, Wally, I am surprised that you see back-to-back pass plays to start the third quarter.
Yeah, the only rationale you can think of is they're probably just trying to work on some things, getting Ben some snaps there. It's not a matter of the clock. The clock's a non-factor here. It's going to run regardless of whether you have an incomplete pass or not. But I think probably just trying to get some snaps to get Ben comfortable dropping back to pass. I don't think we'll see a ton of that, but we've already seen more than we anticipated we'd see.
Well, now on 3rd and 18, we'll see what the play call is. As Engel will give it. Now he'll keep and pitch it out to Forrest Thomas. Up the left sideline. Thomas with space. First down and more. Down the near sideline into Woodburn territory and out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Forrest Thomas showing a good burst of speed off the pitch from Engel as West converts the 3rd and 18, first down West.
A great decision by Ben Engel. Perfect timing by Engel to get that pitch out. Forrest Thomas showing burst of speed. He had so much daylight in front of him and just streaks right up the sideline here, showing some really good speed. Eventually bumped out at about the 37-yard line.
So first down there for West. The third quarter just blazing along, 2:17 and running, 56-7 West. As Engel with 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Forrest Thomas, the deep back in the I formation. Engel bobbles the snap, then runs into Hiram Crook and falls forward for about a yard or 2. As Ben fortunate to get positive yardage out of it. The snap was not clean, and then Ben bounced into his fullback, Hiram Crook, and that would drive most people to the ground.
Or ahead a couple of yards, which is what he got on that play, going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, fortunately, he bounced him in the right direction. So we're only going to get a couple more snaps here before the end of the third quarter. Minute 45 and rolling as Ben gets the sign from the far sideline. Randy Nyquist just with those hands in his pockets. Wanting to keep everybody upright here for the remainder of the night. As Engel scans the defense. Goes up under center on second down and 8. Crook and Thomas again behind him in the eye from the left hash at the Woodburn 36-yard line. Engel, a long count. Going to run a little option play. It's a broken play. Pitches it late to Forrest Thomas, who makes a good catch, a spinning catch, and picks up about a yard or 2. And Thomas went down awkwardly, appears to be shaken on the far side.
Boy, that looked like a horse collar tackle there. Might have gotten his legs twisted up a little bit. He's limping as he comes off the field, but up under his own power.
So Forrest Thomas, an awkward-looking tackle, limping his way down the sideline as the trainer immediately comes over to take a look. Alan Rogers will come in now at running back. As on 3rd down and 7, West will set it from the Woodburn 35. Taking a lot of time to get the play in here.
Yeah, I'm not sure you get this play off.
The back judge checking his watch. When the hand goes up, he'll have 5 seconds. The hand has not yet gone up. Now it does, so 5 seconds to snap as Ben goes up under center. Long count, close. Got to get it off. He will not. There's a delay. Took a long time once they got to the line. Delay a game, West Albany will end the third quarter as the clock will wind. And we'll turn things around and head to the fourth. These final 10 seconds are going to tick away. It'll be a 3rd down and 12 when we regain play. West certainly not going to run another play. 2, 1. Here's the end of the third quarter. A very quick third quarter with the clock moving throughout. Only touchdown for Woodburn on Martin Ray's 56-yard touchdown at the end of 3. It's West Albany 56 and Woodburn 7. We'll go to the fourth at KSHO.
A first-class 24/7 fitness facility, always open with keyless access where safety is paramount. That's Snap Fitness of Albany, where they offer free classes of yoga, Pilates, and Zumba with each membership. Check out Snap Fitness's new gym, now on Hickory Street in North Albany.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
America's best music and the news you need. This is 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Welcome back to Woodburn. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for West Albany as we start the fourth quarter. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, Jeff Kiter, Ryan Murphy here with you at Woodburn. 56-7, West with the lead. 3rd down and long to start the fourth. Ben Engel under center with 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Gabe Stone is in as a slot receiver to the right. Engel back to throw. Going to throw the deep fade far side and overshoots Jamison DeFore. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and long.
You know, we need to look closer at 44. You know, sometimes JV
players, that's not Gabe Stone.
I don't think that's Gabe Stone there. That's the problem we're going to run into with some of these, some duplicate numbers here. I'm not sure who 44 is. Our apologies, but would like to be able to say who that is, but that's not Gabe.
Down to the far left end of the bench is the real Gabe Stone.
Yes.
It's a little more stout than the one we see in right now.
The 244s are built a little bit differently.
Just on reflex, I said Gabe Stone, and looking a little closer, Wally, of course, you're right. It is a JV player wearing the same number. So it will be 4th down and long as Ben Engel will bring it in. Set to go under center. Colin Rogers in the backfield. Again, the hand up from the back judge, and again, a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, there's the conversations are getting too long over at the sideline there with Ben running across the field to get the play from Coach Nyquist, and it's just things are becoming a little bit too deliberate here with the Bulldogs. 2 delay of game penalties here. The clock will continue to run, but you want to get in some plays here, especially here 4th down. You want to be able to run a play.
Well, and again, West is going to huddle on what will now be 4th down and 18. Back at the Woodburn 45-yard line. And they're going to have to hurry here again as Engel under center will take the snap, go back to throw. He'll roll to his left. Pressure coming from the backside. He'll fire down the field, and it's incomplete. Jamison DeFore right at the first down sticks, had it go through his hands. Turnover on downs. Woodburn will take it back with 10-16 and rolling to go here in the game.
That's one Jamison DeFore would like to have back. That was put right on the money. He just couldn't bring it in. Nicely thrown ball by Ben Engel, too. Had some mustard on it. That's a tough throw to make. He's rolling left and trying to throw with his right, and that's throwing across your body like that. He put it right on the money, and Jamison DeFore, that's one he'd love to have back.
A host of new names here for West Albany. Calvin Chamberlain in at a corner. Seth Lynn in at the defensive end. Cody Peterson in at a linebacker spot. Maxton Featherston still in at linebacker. Peyton Sassaman, Luke Hawkins. As Yakas with a give to Ellingson. Ellingson running left. Will cut it back and look for something up the middle. Not much there. Nafiz Azam again with help on the stop. Alex Boyd in there as well. Or is that Alex Boyd?
Nope, I don't think it is. Nope, that young man is not the 6'2", 210-pound junior. I can tell you that.
Well, Nathan Connell is in. I can tell you that much. Nathan Connell, number 18. these duplicate numbers will just kill you. You just have to go off of build, and they don't have who the JV player would be wearing that same number. So we'll try and find out maybe before the end of the night. As Yakas takes a snap, fakes Ellingson, and we're going to get a whistle.
A procedure penalty against Woodburn here is going to back it up 5 yards. 8:51 and counting here, even on the dead ball situation here. To mark this off 5 yards, going to bring up second at about 12.
This is certainly what we hoped for coming up with a long trip back home tonight, that West could build their lead enough to get the running clock. They did that in the first half. In fact, with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, they had reached that 45-point threshold. It was 56-0 at the half. Woodburn the only touchdown here so far in the second half. It was scored by the ball carrier here, Martin Ray, again showing good acceleration as Ray breaking a couple of tackles, getting out close to the first down into West Albany territory near the 47. It's going to be third down, about 2 upcoming here for Woodburn.
Yeah, West Albany strung that out a little bit, but Ray with that burst of speed able to get that to outside the outside contain of the Bulldogs, brings up third and about 2.
It'll go under 8 minutes here before the snap. Yakas under center, Ellingson and Ray behind him. Right hash mark. As they give to Ellingson. Ellingson's wrapped up and dropped for a loss. Good pursuit from the Bulldog defensive line. Looked like Kyle Lovell who was in on the stop.
That was Kyle Lovell, 5'6", 150-pound junior. Man, he just shed that blocker. Able to take loss of a yard, going to bring up fourth and about 4.
There were some big bodies still in there on the Woodburn offensive line, and Lovell was able to shoot his way through. Loss of about a yard and a half. Fourth down, a long 3, close to 4 upcoming here for Woodburn. Yakas directing traffic. Sends Ellison and Kuzman to the left. High formation behind him. Yakas a pitch. Martin Ray coming left. Looking to turn the corner and will. Ooh, big collision on the near side as Ray is going to go out with a first down. Ray and Chamberlain came together hard. Both up okay as Ray picks up the first down.
Boy, Woodburn got away with a hold. Oh, my. Drug him down. It was almost a horse collar tackle on the block.
Yeah, Luke Hawkins is having his jersey forcibly removed from his back as Damon Alley checks in for West Albany. And so does a number 71 who's not in the program, but is a very, very big young man. I wish his number was listed. Yakas back to throw, rolling to his right, has some time, steps up, heaves it deep, and overshoots everybody. As that one's going to hit about the 2-yard line. There was no receiver past the 15. Snafiz Azam had his helmet taken off on the play. He'll come to the sidelines. Tyler Brinson comes back in. Anthony Iverson checks on the line as Lovell comes to the sidelines as well. I don't know who 71 is. Boy, he is big.
Yes, he is. I wonder. I have a theory.
Feel free.
I'll wait till after this play.
Second down and 10. Yakas a give to Martin Ray off the left side. Ray driving inside the 40. Close to the first down. He'll be short by a couple of yards. Bring up third down and short.
Brian, there's a family that moved into Albany, and young man, he stands about 6'5". I met him during the preseason as he was getting a tour of the school. It was that day that I was sitting down with Coach Nyquist, basketball player, and Coach Nyquist talked to him about possibly coming out. They were touring him, and she's going to have him sit in on and watch the football practice. I believe that's him. Don't know his name. I think we'll be talking about him during hoops.
On 3rd and 4. Yakas from the shotgun, back to throw, rolling to his right, under some pressure. Eludes it for the moment, sets the fires downfield high and incomplete. Out of bounds on the far sideline. Dave Alley in coverage for West Albany. It will be 4th down. 4th down and 4 upcoming here for Woodburn.
And really good coverage downfield. Damon Alley was out there, and the Bulldogs nice coverage downfield. Really had nobody to throw to. Overshoots everybody and going to bring up 4th down. 5:03 and counting here in the game.
John Bowes in now on the defensive line for West. Bowes, a 5'10", 270 sophomore. He'll line up at left defensive tackle on 4th and 4 for Yakas. A pitch to Martin Ray. Ray coming left, driving the legs, has the first down and more, staying inbounds inside the 30-yard line. As Ray having a very nice second half, taking advantage of some of the West Albany backups. Ray picks up the first down. 4.5 to go in the game. It'll be 1st and 10 Woodburn from the West Albany 27.
No quit in this Woodburn team. They've still got their starters out there. Martin Ray still continues to drive his legs. Going to end up with some pretty good numbers himself tonight.
including the 56-yard touchdown earlier in the half. Yakas on play action, back to throw. Sets up, fires deep for the end zone, and it is juggled and incomplete. Almost caught. As looking up the number here.
Nathan Connell was down there in coverage is who it was, and got his head turned just in time. I think probably just poked his hand in there just right there at the last minute. Nathan Connell, 5'7", 140-pound sophomore, just turned his head in time to see that pass coming in.
Just trying to pick up who the receiver was for Woodburn, also not appearing on the program, is Ellingson with the carry straight up the middle. Ellingson picks up a few inside the 25 to about the 23. It will be third down for Woodburn, 3rd and 6. 3:25 to go in the game. It's that sort of deadly part of the game where you get a lot of backups and a lot of players who aren't listed in the program, and you just have to go by number. It's the only choice you have.
And one that is Irving Hernandez, 5'7", 160-pound sophomore into the game for the Bulldogs.
Yakas pitching right for Martin Ray. Ray cutting back up the middle into daylight. Ray spinning his way free, and Ray is going to get in for a touchdown. Another impressive run by Martin Ray, doing it against the West backups, but looking good here in the second half. A 23-yard touchdown run. It's now 56-13 West Albany.
Yep, dangerous once he cut that back, and nice run by Ray, and really earned that one. Fought through some contact early on that play, found some daylight once he cut it back, and then West had no chance on the play.
Well, Martin Ray, tremendous second half. He's got to be now well over 100 yards on the night. Rodriguez on to try the point after. The clock moving at 2:25 and rolling here in the game. Benito Rodriguez on to punt it, or to kick it rather. So hold is down. The kick is a line drive. That is no good. Pushed it. And with 2:12 and rolling in the game, 56-13 West Albany. As after the kick, a couple of snaps, and this one, he's going to be done. In fact, we may not even get to a kick. It's 2 minutes and counting here in the game.
Yeah, they'll go over to the sidelines, have a chat for about a minute, then they'll come line it up. Might get the kick away, but I think this one's pretty much done.
So West Albany will head into a showdown next Friday night at Silverton. I think most in the know in high school football, as much as you can be before the season begins. It's nearly impossible to predict, but a lot of people figured Crescent Valley and West Albany would be the top two in the Mid-Willamette. There were people who said Silverton and Lebanon included in the discussion, but it was Crescent Valley and West primarily. Silverton right now certainly appears to be there with West at the top of the league.
Yeah, they've got some weapons, and they've got a second-year coach in Mannion, and, they're going to be a force, and West Albany has to go on the road to play them. You've got to play the best to claim you're the best, and West certainly will be up to the challenge, but that's looking like it's setting up to be the game of the year for West in conference play.
And it appears as though it would be one of the games of the week next Friday in 5A football, as both teams will come in undefeated, provided Corvallis does not overcome what was a 42-point halftime deficit. As Rodriguez has it teed with 50 seconds to play. His kick is short. It's taken by Connell at the 34. As Connell tries to navigate his way through the Woodburn Special Teams unit, makes his way across the 35-yard line out near the 40. West Albany, one snap, and that's going to do it here tonight. If that, I don't even know if they'll have to snap it here. 30 seconds and moving as West takes the field.
See some new faces out there. Well, Joe Birchfield's back out there on offense, unless that's a different number 50.
And Wally John Sublette is going to take this snap here for West Albany. Sublette, a 5'11", 155-pound sophomore reserve quarterback. As West will get their offensive line set quickly, and Sublette will take his one snap to send us into the night. As another reserve, a number 24 that's not Jackson Soto, will get good yardage out close to a first down as the horn will sound. It's another duplicate number. It was 24 that was not Jackson Soto, but a positive carry from another one of the West JV players. And this one's done in a hurry. A very quick second half with the running clock, and it's done. West Albany wins tonight 56-13 over Woodburn. We'll take a break and come back to wrap it up here at 9:20 KSHO.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Looking to save money on lighting fixtures? Larry and Marge Tomlin, owners of J&J Electric, invite you to compare prices, but don't buy until you've seen the high quality and low prices at J&J. Visit their spectacular showroom. The hometown folks at J&J Electric appreciate your business. J&J Electric, South Pacific and 22nd in Albany.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
Unforgettable 920.
Back here at Woodburn High School with everybody filing out. West Albany wins it tonight by a final score of 56-13. That the final score, just slightly misleading. West had their 56 points with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, played all backups in the second half, and that running clock had our second half done in less than 30 minutes, I think, of elapsed time. Mercifully, as we will have a long ride home tonight from Woodburn. But West comes on the road while they get done what they needed to. A one-sided victory. They keep all the starters healthy as far as we could see. They get the big win. They get the running clock. And they move on next Friday night to a showdown with Silverton that appears to have league championship implications.
Silverton certainly is going to be a formidable task for the Bulldogs. You can't ask for a better lead-in game for that. You only play a half with your starters. You get some good rest. There's some things to work on, but you would hope that the schedule has benefited West Albany. The only thing that could be better is if you get Silverton at home,
right?
And you don't. So you have to lace them up next week at Silverton and be ready to play. Coach Nyquist has coached these big games before. We didn't know going into the season that Silverton would be the matchup that would be circling on the calendar, but that certainly looks to be the case. In West Albany, I would anticipate we'll be ready to go up there and take care of business.
West did not waste any time getting things started here tonight. Tyron Crook scored on a 4-yard touchdown run. A minute 8 into the game, it was 7-0. After a turnover, Jake Lacoste, an 11-yard touchdown run with 3.5 minutes gone. The first quarter, it was 14-0. Another long run by Jake made it 21-0, a little bit more than midway through the first. Then you had a fumble return for a touchdown by Anthony Thompson. Another touchdown run by Jake. It was 35-0 at the end of one. 3 more touchdowns in the second, including another defensive touchdown from Nathan Clark. The first team for West Albany really had their way, and that has, on offense, been a consistent theme throughout the season. We've seen many years where West has been stout on defense and one of the top defensive units in the state. And yes, they've had a lot of success on offense, but I'm not sure we've seen one that has moved the ball this well this early in the season.
Yeah, this group, with only 12 seniors on this team, this group was looking for an identity, and they found it early in the season. They're playing much more maturely than you would think that they could at this point of the season. Part of that is because so many of these juniors got playing time as sophomores last year and distinguished themselves and came into the season with a lot of confidence. And this West Albany team is maturing nicely. Coach Nyquist, we had that opportunity pregame to just ran into him. He made a couple of comments that, hey, we are continuing to improve. And that's, coaches are never going to say we're great. That's just not a coach's style. But for Coach Nyquist to acknowledge that, hey, we have improved week after week, I think says quite a bit about the character of this team.
One highlight tonight for Woodburn, the play of Martin Ray. And you made mention in the pregame, we were both thinking it just feels like Martin Ray has been here forever. We called his name for so many years now. But Ray getting a chance to carry the ball a lot for Woodburn tonight, and particularly in the second half, really just went off. Over 100 yards in the second half, touchdown runs of 56 and 23. You could say that those came against West Albany's reserves, but still he showed good elusiveness, and it's something for Woodburn to take as a bright spot at the end of the night.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, they continued to fight hard, and they knew they were battling a tough West Albany team, but also a running clock, and so they were trying to get off as many plays as they could. And credit to them, they put 2 touchdowns on the board in the second half. And regardless of who it's against, you still have to make the plays, and Woodburn did there in the third and fourth quarters.
West Albany sat Andrew Kettleson tonight with a little bit of an injured shoulder. They did not suit him up, feeling that they could rest him for next week. Brendan Breslin had a couple of nice receptions for West at the receiver. Jackson Soto really got involved in the passing game more than we had seen at any point this season. Just kind of one more thing for Silverton maybe to think about in the next week or so. And, of course, you have to mention Jake Lacoste, 170 yards. Did it on 13 carries. He did not need much to get his 170 yards. Another stellar game for Jake. Somehow he winds up with 4 touchdowns in the half. You know, you prorate that for the game, and he's going to be up over 300 again. The only thing that stopped him tonight was minutes.
Yeah, somebody that's looking from the outside is going to say, yeah, he had a subpar game. But, you do that in a half and on very limited carries. West Albany did what they needed to do with Jake tonight. Get him some carries. Get him up to game speed here for a little while and then shut him down. And that's just could not have played out any more perfectly for the Bulldogs.
Really all positives tonight for West. Well, let's do the transfer here on the headset. We are good on breaks, and we'll get the headset to Jeff Kiter. Jeff rejoins us here. He's got our final game stats, and Jeff kind of in the unenviable position of trying to get all the names down and all the ball carriers down in the second half. But you do have our final game stats.
I may not get all the names mentioned, but
we didn't either.
We'll get a few of them in there. I think I'd like to say that Jake had an Anthony type of game today where, we saw a lot of games where Anthony only played in the first half, but still he had 150, 170 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns. So Jake was very efficient in the first half. 13 carries again, 170 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ben Engel got in the game at the quarterback position. He had suffered a sack, so he had 2 carries, -6 yards. Hiram Crook had 6 carries for 27 yards and a touchdown. I gave him 2 extra carries in the first half. Forrest Thomas had 2 carries for 35 yards. Forrest is fast. He was on the 4x100 state qualifying relay, so we know Forrest has a lot of speed out there. And then mystery number 24, I know it wasn't Jackson Soto, but number 24 had 1 carry for 8 yards. The Bulldogs 24 carries for 234 yards, about 10 yards a carry for the game. Cody Lahota finished 7 of 15 with 1 touchdown, and Ben Engel was 0 of 3 in the second half. And let's see, Brendan Breslin had 3 receptions, 68 yards, and Jackson Soto 4 for 62. Defensively for the Bulldogs, I'm going to mention some names guys that got in late, so we'll try to keep this short. Talon Rogers had 3 tackles. Nafiz Azan, please forgive me for the pronunciation, he had a tackle. Luke Hawkins had 1 tackle. Tyler Brinson had 1. Kyle Level had 4 tackles. Peyton Sassaman was in on a couple of tackles. Cody Washburn had a couple of tackles, and Nathan Connell was in on a kickoff return, and he also had a pass deflection for the Bulldogs. We'll just call it good, and we'll get on with our evening.
That sounds good. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
I'm somewhat beside myself as Wally retakes the headset that, of all things, as much as you try to be clever and everything else during a broadcast, that Forrest Thomas got a long run down the sideline, and I somehow neglected to say, "Run, Forrest, run." He was heading down the sideline. I don't know how I missed it. I'll never forgive myself, but Forrest Thomas, a couple of nice carries late in the second half as the Bulldogs win tonight, 56-13 over Woodburn. And we'll get set for Silverton next week.
Oh, yes, we will. I'm sorry, you don't usually crack me up that much. that one, for some reason, got me. I left out a couple of people that I wanted to say hi to. Becky and Troy Williams were listening to the game tonight. I know that. And Dan and Marsha Moore, I think probably they sit right below us at the home games. I think probably we're listening tonight as well. I always want to say hi to the home.
I was going to say, there's the one. Yeah,
Tom and Lois Holman. I apologize for making it during the post game. Trying to get that done earlier, but so many birthdays today.
Exactly, yeah.
Tough to acknowledge everybody. So anyway, great game tonight by the Bulldogs. It was so efficient. They did everything they needed to do, and ready to get on the road and get down, and we'll prepare for the game at Silverton.
Next Friday night, of course, you can hear it right here on KSHO and online, KSHO.net, where you can hear the game next Friday. We'll be at Silverton High School, 7 p.m. The kickoff from up in Silverton, and it should be a big one. Silverton will come in 4-0, 2-0 in league. West Albany will be 4-0, 2-0 in league, and we will see you then. For everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you for listening. To those in Vegas, enjoy yourself. Hello to Anthony, and good luck tomorrow to Air Force as they take on UNLV. Good luck tomorrow to the Beavers as they visit UCLA. To the Ducks as they host Arizona, a game you can hear on KGAL tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Thank you, as always, to Jeff Kiter with stats. Thanks so much to Ryan Murphy behind us for setting up the Skype equipment tonight. Wally, thank you as always for the drive and for the drive home, which hopefully you're about to give me.
My pleasure. Yes, I'd be happy to take you. We're going to bungee you to the luggage rack. But no, it's a great night. We'll look forward to next week.
An easy win tonight for West Albany, 56-13 over Woodburn. Until next Friday, thank you so much for listening, everybody. For Jeff Kreider, for Wally Ordeman, for Ryan Murphy, I'm Ryan Pitts. So long from Woodburn High School.
Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast of West Albany football on the unforgettable 920 KSHO. You can follow the Bulldogs all season long, every snap, every score, every game, home and away on KSHO. Tonight's game was brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Albany Athletic Club, Power Honda, Snap Fitness of Albany, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Mark Thomas Motors, Grocery Outlet, Courtesy Corner Shell, Now Builders, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, The Cutting Room, Les Schwab Tires of Albany, Figaro's of Albany, Wilson Motors, and by Lynn Benton Tractor. Listen throughout the season for more exciting Bulldogs action. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, the unforgettable 920 KSHO, and Pitts Wally Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
You found us, so now tell your friends. America's best music is on the show. AM 920 KSHO.